a believer that they are playing the sort of footy that can get them in the frame this year?
Look, I am, Andy. It's taken a while, but I think the way Ross has been able to reinvigorate this list, and obviously Fyfe's getting better each week. Brad Hill, you can see why Hawthorn were loath to let him go. He's in an sensational form. The game on the outside, but it's been their forward half. They've been terrific. McCarthy's been really good. I think Taberner now is coming with age, and the young former Geelong guy Shane Kirsten, he's been in there. They'll be equal 7th or 8th on the ladder if they win this. And of course Richmond, they've been disappointing against Adelaide. They were terrific last week against the Bulldogs. They can be equal top of the ladder. So it's amazing the ramifications out of this, and we're going to know a lot more where these two sides, Del, are going to finish after today's game.
Well, put them on the line early, Spud. Where are they at? Tell me Freo first.
I think they're just out of the 8 for mine. Okay. I reckon, which is a great performance. I had them in the bottom 6.
Yep.
But I reckon they're going to be somewhere around 9th, 10th, 11th at the end of the season, which I think is a pretty good effort.
What are the tips, boys? What are you tipping, Del?
I'm going to go Freo. I know, and I'm going to say this, and I'll sort of put a little bit of fine print at the bottom. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I feel that's where the competition's at the moment. I thought they've been okay, Freo, particularly in the last month. They had 39 tackles last week, and they ran over the Bombers and ended up winning very comfortably. But 39 tackles, and I know Rossi Lyon very well. He doesn't tolerate that.
Nope.
I don't care how you play, how you win. You do more than 39 tackles for the game.
Spud?
Look, I'm going for the Tigers. I think Nankervis back into the fold. I think he's a good, strong ruckman. You think Martin, Cochin, the players on the outside, Batchelor's been really good. Lennon, Grigg, Basher Hooley. These guys have been around for a while, but they're playing really good footy. Even Ellis had a breakout season a couple of years ago, but he's been terrific. So I'm going for the Tigers, Andy.
Nick Del Santo and Danny Frawley for first-rate car loans. Head to firstratecarloans.com.au for your next car loan. What about you?
I'm taking Freo. I'm a bit like you.
Boy, explain.
Explain quickly.
I think the Richmond Footy Club are all about, I think, momentum. And if you can get on top, and I think we've seen enough from Fremantle that they can get on top of sides, they might be able to just wear them down, but it's not with any confidence.
Brett Thomas is downstairs for actionvictoria.com.au. Good afternoon, BT.
Yes, good afternoon, fellas. Conditions pretty good here at the MCG. No excuses. The flags above the scoreboard at the city end are hardly moving at the moment. About 13 degrees. We'll get up to 17. So perfect conditions. Crowd a little bit sparse, so it has to be said. Some Tiger families maybe just finishing off their Mother's Day brunch. The starting benches for the Tigers, we've got 2 of their 3 inclusions will start on the bench today. Shane Edwards and Jake Batchelor will keep an eye on them. Daniel Rioli and Brandon Ellis as well. And for the Dockers, bit of a surprise. Matt Taberner, 4 goals last week against the Bombers. He'll start on the bench for Fremantle. Tucker, Hughes and Walters will join him. And if there are any injuries this afternoon, let's hope that they're not. But we'll keep an eye on it for Sleep Dentistry in Melbourne.
Good on you, mate. Let's hope there are very, very few Sleep Dentistry in Melbourne for dental treatment while you sleep. SleepDentistryMelbourne.com.au. The Matchworks Recruiter of the Year, connecting people to jobs, matchworks.com.au. A few running around today. Toby Nankervis, Josh Caddy, Cam McCarthy, Joel Hamling, Brad Hill, Shane Kirsten, all players who have brought exposed form to their new teams via the AFL. So they're all on a level playing field, these fellas?
No, they certainly are, and Hill's the one. He's the standout for mine. Nankervis, obviously, for the grunt he gives, the ruck work and the follow-up, but Bradley Hill, there's no doubt Damien Harvey looking for someone on him, but Blakely, I'm looking forward to see if Ross Lyon's going to put the young lad on. Could he be going under the skipper?
Who are you tipping, Andy?
Oh, I'm Tigers. No, I'm Richmond.
You're very dismissive of Fremantle.
No, I'm not dismissive of Fremantle. This is one of those games that Richmond, if they've got any aspirations to be anything this year, can't afford to be losing, against this Fremantle side.
I know it's a side like the team manager for Richmond waddling off, Mark Obie, just below. It's bad radio, but he's got to start to learn to say no at the dinner table.
He's never knocked back at...
He's been there for 25 years, the team manager.
Has he still got the tramcar restaurant?
Yeah, he's still got that, the tramcar restaurant.
Never knocked back seconds.
Well, the tramcar restaurant, you can see why he's got a bulge around.
He's a great man.
Come on,
he waddled off. I like that. He waddled off.
He's been a great servant of the Richmond Footy Club for a long time.
I love him.
Both sides breaking to their respective positions. The opening bounce of Voost Isotonics dissolves in water in minutes. The opening quarter for Self-Wealth trade the ASX for a fixed fee of $9.50 per trade, regardless of trade size.
There will be some hangers taken here today.
Hangers?
This is perfect hanger weather. Cloud, Not a breath of wind, perfect conditions, nice crowding too.
Mother's Day Sunday, always tough to get as big a crowd as maybe a game deserves, but it'll be a loud and passionate Richmond supporter base here today, Ox.
Mother's Day footy underway. Sandilands, Nankervis, Fife wrapped up in the tackle, and Dustin Martin just slams into the turf, and they won't enjoy that.
Oh, hello.
I think
Dustin Martin. Yeah. And Cochin comes in, so does Lockie Neal.
Oh, he's gone down.
Cochin's just given Neal one to the face.
Jumper punch.
We'll keep an eye on that, and then they've gone down again. It's on here behind play. Free
Blakely.
Kick. Blakely it is. And
he was the remonstrator. He was the second guy, but Cochin got one in early.
Cochin got the free kick in the middle of the ground. He'll drive it inside, attacking 50. Jack comes up at the footy. Up they fly. Oh, they did too. Didn't quite hit the ground. Coming through for the Tigers there was Markov. Good wrap-up tackle. And we'll have a ball up. Who came up with the footy there? Was that Elton?
Elton came at the footy, yeah.
It looks like Darcy Tucker, is it? Or Blake?
Yeah.
Or
Blakely. No, Blakely's got the
to Cochin.
The Toyota material matchup.
Got it down and got it out. Coming up towards the footy was Kirsten over the top of his head. Richmond, they've got a good wall set up. Rance is there. Now to Hooley. He wants to switch it back inboard. Dangerous kick coming in. Nice mark. Really well done there by Alice. He marks, goes out wide. Got some good numbers here, Richmond. Fremantle got all their numbers back. All 18 of them are inside the defensive 50. And up they come towards Revolt. Beautiful kick, beautiful mark. And he's marked 45 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, his direct opponent, the premiership player, former Bulldogs, Joel Hamling. Beautiful pass. Nothing he could do on that. That was just...
I think it was McIntosh who kicked it in, wasn't
it? Yeah, his direct opponent, Toyota material matchup early is Hill. So, interesting matchup there.
Well, Jackie's had a really good start to the year. He's a wonderful goal kicker. He's already kicked 20 for the season, averaging just under 3 a game. Played all 7 matches. Comes in. One of the best full forward kicks in the game. It's only a very slow run up. He hasn't really got that one.
Oh, look at that.
But it's going to go through the middle. Sounded very dense off his boot. But through the middle it went. Jack Revolt, first goal on the board for the Tigers there. 1 goal straight, 6. Fremantle yet to score. That's on the SEN Identifier scoreboard. Asbestos and Hazardous Material Risk Management Services, Spud Frawley and Danny and Nick Del Sano doing all the specials here this afternoon.
Yeah, we just saw on the Chemist Warehouse replay screen the Cochin and Blakely incident, and Blakely was the guy, but that lead was great. It's great to read that Jack Revolt, over a 3 or 4 week period, has 400 or 500 shots at goal. That's his game.
Perfect.
Hey?
Perfect. That's what you want to hear.
Exactly right. Yeah. And you know what? He has got a pure kicking style. The ball doesn't move from hand to foot at all.
Repeats it. It's like a golfer repeating a swing.
Spot on.
You know what he's going to do, and he does it as well as anybody in the caper. Back underway, Sandilands gets it down to Blakely. He's got a target on his back already from these Richmond opponents. Neal and Cochin having a go at it again as the umpire gets them underway quickly. Sandilands straight down. Cochin gets the quick kick out, overrunning the footy.
Cochin and Neal are still at it in the middle of the ground. Have a look at this.
There's a bit going on off the footy.
Cochin's got another kick.
Well, it was Cochin that got Neal at that first centre bounce, and as they were remonstrating, Neal's gone back to the umpire and saying, keep an eye on this. He's whacked me behind play. He's just trying to get one back up on him.
Butler goes short. He got the free kick. Lambert takes the mark just in between centre wing and half forward. Members side of the MCG. Perfect day, as Ox said, and BT said, for footy. Into the pocket, the big pack fly. Fife just read it better than anyone. Unhindered run at the footy. Gets it to Sandilands, who is standing still. Don't handball to Ruckman. Neal gets it back to Fife. Quick handballs. They're out now as Langdon drives the footy up towards half forward. Looking for Mundy. 1-on-1 contest with Rance. Rance's recovery at ground level was outstanding. Mundy stayed in the competition and the contest. Gray gets the handball out to McCarthy. McCarthy back to Mundy. Mundy, the dribbling ball in towards forward pocket, and the quick snapper across the body from Crozier goes through for a behind. Quick chain there from Fremantle from defence to attack. One straight goal. The Tigers one behind the Fremantle Dockers on the SEN Identifier scoreboard.
Tigers, they bring it back in. Hooley's got it deep in the pocket. Goes in short. They're moving the ball okay, Richmond, through too short from Hooley. Turn it over on this occasion. Coming through was Fife. Really well down fan Bradley Hill. He's 60 out. He went one way, goes back the other. He wants to centre it now, puts it into about 50 coming through. Really good mark. Brandon Ellis takes a beauty. Deep in defence for the Richmond Footy Club. Got the orange boots on today. They look like they're the new ones because Short's also got a pair of those. Out they go further. Good leap. Really good mark taken there by Elton. Todd Elton. How tall is Todd Elton?
Big.
Gee, 197.
Yeah, he's a big lad.
Lump of a lad. Goes long up towards centre wing, up towards, a couple of bit of blocking out there against Daniel Pearce. The umpire spotted it too. Good decision. And the Tigers are now away through Martin. They handball it on, working well. Now Richmond, they're going to go inside attacking 50, just needs someone to come up with the footy. And a poor kick cut off there. And it was McIntosh's kick and Markoff as well. And Fremantle should be able to clear.
Hamling takes the intercept mark, drives it out of defensive 50. Down the line, looking for Johnson. They're going head-to-head, aren't they, Fife and Martin? Looks like that's what we're going to get for 2 out of material handling. The key matchups, that will be interesting to watch. The turnover at centre wing ends up with Hooley, drives it back long and strong, but Spur read it better than anyone else and took a good defensive mark. Goes short to Langdon, who's picked up a couple of early touches, to Walters, still in defensive 50, puts it out in front of Crozier, who had to make some ground and took a good...
It's a good kick there by Sonny. Had no other option but had to go right between the defender and the boundary line. He hit his target.
Gives it to Neal, bounces through centre wing. He's got a couple on at centre half forward. One of those is Pearce into the pocket for McCarthy, and he doesn't take the mark. Strange call from Daniel Pearce, I reckon, to go there. Deep in the pocket, out of bounds.
He also had Fife running shotgun with him, waiting for the 1-2, but didn't use him. You know what? A new player coming back into the team after being out for a while, you do feel a little bit of pressure on you. You do want to play safe.
Sanderland's got it down. McCarthy picks up this time, gets around one to Pearce to McCarthy and back again to Hill. Hill snaps on the right, could be a big goal, and is. Good play, McCarthy. Hit the ball really hard. And between him and Pearce and then on to Hill, good finish. It's a Chisholm game and goal of the day.
Wherever you go, say hello.
Well, it's a good finish from a player that's been in fantastic form. 37 touches last week, 881 metres gained. Brad Hill by himself, which is ridiculous numbers. If you had about 400, 500, you'd have had a pretty good game. You're patting yourself on the back. He had 881. And he's exactly what they need at the moment, the Freo Dockers. Just some run, some flair. You can already see by the first 5 minutes of play, they want to mark the ball, they want to play on it every opportunity, and no one does that better than Brad Hill. He'll overlap with handball, and he'll get a 1-2. He's a fantastic runner and work rate.
SEN identified with scoreboard asbestos and hazardous materials risk management services. 1 straight, the Tigers, 1-1. The Dockers been going 7 minutes into the opening quarter. At the restart, Walters starting in the centre square. Out to Blakely, got to get rid of it quickly. He does. On to Langdon, goes in towards centre half forward outside of the boot, was looking for Kirsten. Off hands, Hawley, traps it in the middle of the congestion. They miss with the handball. Chance again for the Dockers. Langdon wrapping it up early, goes to the top of the square. High ball. Taberner trying to get into the marking contest. Good G. Hawley overran one there. Didn't really feel for it. Oh, he's under pressure. Handball comes back out to McIntosh, and then at one hand, stretching for it was Lambert. He takes a very, very strong mark. That was Batchelor who was under pressure in the back line and just got the ball away just in the nick of time. McIntosh drives it up to half forward, takes the handball from as he ran past, and Elton stands up about 65 out from goal. Good. Takes a Glenn Cameron Group Mark of the Day contender.
Elton will drive it inside, attacking 50 now. Revolt there, gets position. Coming over the top is Fife with the big swat away, and we'll have a throw in. 6 metres around from the boundary post or the behind post. Bradley Hill just down momentarily. And looking dangerous is Rioli. Just talking to players around him to give him a little bit of space. Be thrown in. Good start to this match. Perfect conditions here at the MCG. Sandlands gets it down. Martin off the ground. Ooh, off the left too. And just missed to the right. One behind. The scoreboard reads Richmond 117. Freo 117. Travelled 8.5 minutes the first quarter for Self-Wealth here at the MCG.
Short ball into Johnson. And now he goes square to the pocket. Weller takes the mark and plays on straight away. Drives it up towards the centre wing position. Crozier just a bit too easy on that occasion, out marking Hawley. He's got Hill pushing up, still centre wing out of side of the ground.
Gee, Hawley had to back harder there. He had to put his body on the line.
Is it just me? Is it a little bit bruise free at the moment, this game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that about it.
Apart from Cochin and Neal.
Yeah, but that was at the start, but now it's just keeping's off.
Taberner dropped one he should have taken. Blakely at ground level farms it back to Hill around the body.
No pressure from Richmond.
Taberner marks that one. They are just cruising around the footy of the Tigers.
They're just flooding back, aren't they? They're actually not playing on anyone.
You're right.
Nope.
They're holding back too much.
Mundy thought about going. Ellis cut him off on the left boot now. Mundy off the instep. Oh, that's poor stuff. No hole being filled. It wasn't a great kick from Mundy, but McCarthy in front where he needs to be, takes the mark 25 out at about a 45-degree angle.
Well, you guys have Ox and Dell picked Freo. I wish I'd changed me pick. Just on the 9 minutes I've seen, Richmond just look to be folding back. They're not coming forward with any aggression. There's no, like that kick there. There was 6 Richmond players within a 15-metre vicinity. They just spectated McCarthy marking that ball.
And McCarthy's opponent wasn't even up his clacker to get a fist in. You're spot on, Spud.
And this is what he does well. He's a very, very good exponent of the set shot. Of course he scraped it through.
Keep your voice down, Andy.
Gee, that was an awful-looking kick.
He kicked 11 this year.
128, the Dockers 117. The Tigers opening quarter for Southwell trade the ASX for a fixed fee $9.50 per trade, regardless of trade size.
Hooley brings it into Asprey, goes over the top. They're just moving it around to Grimes. Fumbles one. Crozier putting a bit of pressure on. Good work. Got to go back again. Asprey puts it out wide now. Good contest. Could have been illegal. It was. And is this Elton again?
He's been good. He's presented well, hasn't he?
He's turned it over.
Dreadful
He squared it up. Crozier cut him off. Now Johnson. He'll drive it inside, attacking 52nd week. Coming back was Rance. Fumbled it to Grimes. Made a few errors so far, but this isn't one. Good kick out to centre wing. Now the Tigers. That's an error though. Coming from Butler. Fumbled. Got it back to Grigg. He's got a runner in Martin. Got a lot of ink on now. There's a couple more added. Goes one way, then the other. Back to Butler. Wrapped up and gone. Umpire said no. And then he said, I'll just pay for out of bounds on the full. How many chances do you need?
But
the free kick goes to Fremantle.
But what was Grigg thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right.
There was
Butler.
no one thinking. And the free kick goes to Freo.
You're right, Ox. No one was thinking.
Kirsten will take it.
They're off the ball at the moment, Tigers.
So Kirsten drives it up towards Mundy, who flies, can't take the mark. Crozier at ground level had a bit of a look at it. Grimes got the handball out, but they're all under pressure and there's no urgency about the Tigers. Dockers get the footy, but that's just a haphazard kick from Ibbotson straight down the throat of Rance, who marks halfback for the Tigers.
Well, Mundy's gone forward for the Dockers, and Rance is actually picking him up, which isn't a bad matchup size for size, but we know how well Rance can read
Rance
it.
Kicked it out on the full. This is woeful from the Tigers.
What do you reckon, Spud? First team to settle here? Because it just feels like they're both just trying to feel each other out. They're both making unusual mistakes.
When you play interstate, Freo will be wrapped with this at the moment because the crowd are just, they're at a lull. They're in shock at the moment, the Tiger crowd.
Ibbotson drives it to half forward. Dockers have got the numbers at the fall of the ball at the moment. Walters goes around a couple of would-be tacklers, kicks it, hugging the boundary line to half forward. Brilliant stuff from McCarthy to Mundy. Mundy's got to get rid of it. Umpire gave him some latitude. Crozier hits it hard and off hands between he and Ellis. The ball spills out of bounds. 45 away from the Dockers goal. Fremantle 1-2-8. Richmond 1-1-7. 12 and 3/4 minutes gone. Opening quarter. SEN identified the scoreboard.
Now, let's see what Fremantle have got up their sleeve, and let's see if Richmond can actually mark or hit a target. Haven't been so good thus far. Elton in the ruck, then Martin just got it out of the air with one hand and then kicked on the left, but cut off. And they've been all right here, Fremantle. Hughes is the man. Goes back to Hill.
Gee, that's a poor
Then he goes on to Walters. Walters now. And they're just trying to move the ball around the ground. They've got a few players free. One of them's Blakely. Takes off on centre wing. Drives it inside, attacking 50. Up they fly. Crozier was one of them. Then Mundy at ground level. Now Grimes picked it up. The Tigers are away through Martin. Now Richmond can make him something. Good work. Cut up there is Castagna. He's a long way up the ground. Half back. He wants to move it on. He does. Not the best kick, but Jack's got to fly. Didn't take it. Ball hits the ground. A lot of players here from both sides. And wrapped up at centre wing will have a ball up. Good piece of play. We've travelled 13.5 minutes. Freo by a point on the SEN identifier scoreboard.
So just waiting for, as the boys said, somebody to settle into their work in this game. Going forward, it's been pretty ordinary. Edwards with the good little give to Lambert, 60 out, goes into the pocket looking for Cochin. Pretty good in the one-on-one. Sutcliffe was able to get it to ground, then he had Blakely out the back, thought about kicking, then went with the handball to Spur, runs his full measure. Back to Sutcliffe, they come back down the members' side. The kick was poor, cut off by Lambert, goes in towards Edwards on the numbers. On the arc of 50, wants to play on straight away. He's got a 2-on-1 at the top of the square. Terrific stuff from Gray. Went back, got the decisive fist in for the Dockers. Langdon, Hughes, couple of handballs out of defensive 50 now. Pushing up is Mundy. Back to Ethan Hughes. He keeps running through centre wing out of side of the ground. The kick is an absolute stinker.
That's a flat football.
That's
the only explanation for some of these kicks.
I can't believe it.
They're not drop punts. They're hardly a mongrel. That's what they're doing. They're doing too much.
Beyond belief how bad that kick was.
And beautiful conditions here at the MCG also, so we can't blame any breeze or anything like that. Tapping up. Got the tap down. Martin, who's been working hard. Stripped to the footy. Hill. Now they're running it out. Rioli, though, good tackle. Fremantle can't get away now. Hooley wins it back. Gives it to Martin. He's been busy. How many for him, please, Dal? Got lots of
the workside stats. He's got 4.
Well, he's just turned that one over. Only 4. Okay, Castagna and a free kick coming back. It looks like he's had more than that.
It does look like he hasn't, but he's only had 4.
You're obsessed with him.
No, that was his 5th. I lie. That was his 5th. That was his 5th.
Right.
He's had 5, said 4.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. Up towards Ellis, and now Richmond cut it off on centre wing.
This is a
game of mistakes.
Yeah, but what's happening is, on the turnovers, both sides aren't capitalising on the turnovers, so they're actually turning it over after the turnover.
Well, Rioli has almost turned it over again, up towards Jack Revolt.
Well, here's one for you, Spud. The Tigers commit 75 turnovers per game, which ranks them 18th in the competition.
Well, at the moment, they're on world record pace.
And they're already on 13.
Well, there you go.
I'll turn it over to you, Andy.
Thanks very much, Ox. Throw in out of side of the ground. 60 out from Richmond's goal. Neither goal face really being attacked with any venom by either side at this stage.
Well, the crowd are just, you hear nothing. Obviously, it's just nothing. The crowd are just sitting there, they're dumbfounded.
It's a nothing game.
Well, it is. The Tiger supporters are just saying, well, what the hell?
We're going 16 minutes on the air conditioning warehouse sales clock, and there's hardly been a memorable piece of football played in this game thus far. Walters taps it out to Sutcliffe. That was a little bit better, but the Sutcliffe kick was really just to no one, to space. It bounced over the head of a couple, Asprey and Mundy. Asprey at ground level, good enough to get it out to Grimes. He gets it back, gives it through half back, gives it to Hawley, goes and gets it again as he comes laterally through centre back. Got to get it out now. He does to Rance. They keep continuing to come laterally here. Waits for someone to present. Goes looking to Markov. The kick was too slow, as Danny Frawley said. Markov tries to hack it off the ground. Rioli gets his first look at it, but his handball's cut off. Weller over the top. Crozier been busy. Langdon also been busy. Into a one-on-one, but Rance has got McCarthy exactly where he wants him, and that's sitting off behind him. In fact, that was Ellis. Hawley wrapped up straight away as Ellis gave him the hot handball. Corey. And we're going to have a bounce on the arc of 50. Fremantle into attack.
Well, both coaches, they would have prepared, pre-game. They're thinking, what do we say before the game to have both teams come out and play like this?
Well, Greg got it, and now Hill's got it. Now Walters gets it. Walters goes in short. Beautiful kick and finds Mundy.
That's a beautiful kick. Just go back. You look for something there, Mundy, but he should be able to walk around on this one, you think, Ox?
Yep, yeah, so he's 20 metres out. He's right on the boundary line. He'll step 3 steps out and snap it round. There's 9 players on the ground that have had 0 effective possession, and they've had multiple possessions, which is just not hitting their targets at all. He steps around, 3 steps,
got it better.
Good player kicks it through the middle. Chisholm game and goal of the day.
Wherever you go, say hello.
And sometimes it takes a bit of class from an elder statesman to just rectify things here, and he's done that. David Mundy, 2 goals, 2-14 Fremantle, Richmond 1-1-7 on the SEN Identifier scoreboard.
Well, Rossi Lyon will be happy with this, because you're playing interstate. The crowd have got no impact whatsoever, because the Tigers continually are on the back foot, and what you want to do interstate, you want to make the most of your opportunity. So they've 4 shots and they deserve this lead, but they can really get on top of Richmond here. Richmond are here to be beaten today. You can smell it. You can smell it.
Dusty Martin's gone to full forward. He's been picked up by Lee Spur.
Frawley and Del Santo for first-rate car loans. Head to firstratecarloans.com.au for your next car loan. Who's going to light the fuse here for the Tigers? At ground level now, Curvis follows up his good work, but Fife just ran straight through him and straight through the footy. Tried to get it going, it was batted down.
What's going on?
He goes in again, gathers the footy, then it's prized away from him. Brandon Ellis couldn't take the footy. Going, it was Caddy, haven't seen much of him thus far. Working hard was Cochin to Edwards, around the body to Short. Then he hacks it up towards 50, ball pitches. Bounce over the head of Revolt. Chance now for Hughes, pushes, he kicked it by Martin.
That's well done.
Controlled the ball, as you heard from Nick Del Santo. And the ball finds its way to Brad Hill, still in defensive 50 for the Dockers. He's got one on short out wide, and he hits it up, uses the usable, and that's Shane Kirsten.
Fremantle look like they've just settled a little bit better. Daniel Pearce now got it, centre wing. He looks over towards Hughes. Then to Pearce, 1-2. Got to get rid of it. Did just.
Sandy.
Got it inside attacking 50. Sander lands up. Taberner was there too. Now Mundy at ground level. Goes back. Cochin picked his pocket. Good work. Gave it to Wallace. Now they're away, the Tigers. He has a bounce, but you better get rid of it, and he did. Good work. Goes out wide to Castagna. Dropped a chest mark. Don't know what happened there. Bungling, awful looking ball, but he was good enough with speed to get it onto his boot. He goes up towards forward line. Oh, they're home here, the Tigers. They've just got to work it out. Jack, you've got to work it out.
Oh,
you've
Hamling.
got a goal. It's 2-1 Hamling. Jack falls over. Shocking football in. Free kick to Reebok. They'll kick a goal. Oh, that was ugly, ugly football. And the Tigers have finally kicked the goal. I think it's Lambert, is it?
Yep.
Lambert kicked the goal.
Caddy.
Oh, I don't know who it was.
Yeah, it was Caddy.
It was Caddy. All right, well, Caddy's kicked the goal.
Well, it was great. There was a lot going on there, a lot of laughs, but it was great play by Hamling.
A lot of laughs.
It was
wasn't
1-on-2, 15 out from his own goal. 2 Tigers forwards and just Hamling by himself. He competed on the first. They both went to ground. It's just a comedy of errors.
Honestly.
So who kicked it?
Caddy kicked it.
Caddy's kicked it. He's taken the advantage while Jack's on the ground at the top of the goal square and basically kicked it over his head.
Well, that passage of play, you could nearly have the Benny Hill music.
I was going to say that or the Three Stooges.
That was so bad.
That was terrible.
You know what though, and Andy, in all seriousness, you just need the senior players from either team, whoever wants to take control of this game, and just say, let's just calm down. We're trying to go way too quick on turnover. Let's jet the ball.
Yep.
Let's maintain possession. Make the opposition play on us for a period of time. And actually try and get going forward because we just turned the ball over far too much.
So back at the restart, Cochin looked like he had a clean run at the footy and it bounced off his knee and he put himself under pressure as he sort of bubbled the ball back towards centre half forward for the Dockers where the pack developed. Will have a throw up, still in the centre square. Sandilands will work over Nankervis in that part of the ground, in that part of the game a fair bit today. You'd think Rioli interfered with Weller.
He's a good little player, Lockie Weller.
Mark or free kick, squares it now to Hill on the logo, outer side of the ground, short to Hughes, who's been in the game, wore one from Martin, but didn't take his eyes off the footy. Not much closer to goal, having received the ball from Hill. Plays on now, drives it inside forward 50, looking for Tabner, and over the top of the first couple in line there was Nankervis, and he took a Glen Cameron group mark today. That's another Cameron's can-do grab.
Fantastic grab. Big pack mark, 30 out from his own goal.
Came in like a wrecking ball, didn't he?
Miley Cyrus.
Up they go. Oh, Jack tried to grab it, didn't. Good work there by Butler. Now McIntosh got it. Centre wing. Looks up the ground. Kick just took a long time to get there. The umpire said, no, that's okay, Castagna.
Chop, chop.
He's been finding it out here. Caddy on his own. He's missed him.
Just too slow. Goes in short. He's got the loose out wide. It's McIntosh. He's got his own footy at the moment. He'll go in short also. Rioli missed him. Oh, fumble there by Fife. Good enough to pick it up though. Now Hill who fumbled again. There's something wrong out there. Might be just too good conditions. Perfect. Free kick. Might be just too beautiful. And they're admiring the day. Smell of autumn.
Yep.
Well, Fife's had 6 touches to this point. His direct opponent, Dusty Martin's had 5.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Coach. The conditions were too good.
We're expecting it to be raining.
Yeah.
Blakely's got it. He goes up towards half forward. Good one-on-ones. And then the big pack there with Sandilands. But Rance over the back was better. He got it to Cochin. He goes in short to Grigg. They want to run and they want to play on. Grigg gives it off this time. Now they're away. Now to Martin in the middle of the ground. Now they're running well. Just got to keep the ball alive to Batchelor. Couldn't, because you know what? Fremantle have got the wall set up as well. They'll go backwards, and now they should get out of trouble through Weller.
To Hill, who goes around the body but just kicks it out on the full.
Is this hard work or is it...
No, it's hard work. You guys are doing an extremely good job. Seriously.
Butchering it.
That's not good. Asprey goes short. Grigg. He runs around without...
There's just no movement.
Football's a game of mistakes, but we've had far too many in this stanza.
He pops it inside forward 50. Revolt had to stand there and wait for it. Hamlin came in with a decisive fist. Martin
he's had an
does a little U-turn, then missed his man. Short goes in. He's wrapped up straight away by Crozier. It's not coming out. We'll have a ball up on the point of the centre square. Half forward for the Tigers, outer side of the ground. 2-1, 2-2. Fremantle in front, 24 minutes gone. This quarter for self-wealth. Should be a bit of trading of players being done maybe at quarter time as Sandilands drops it down straight through the legs of Hill. Caddy tries to steamroll his way through the traffic. He's still got it in front of him here. No one can get the hand on the footy. Sutcliffe, he's dispossessed by Rioli. Boundary line looming. Sutcliffe happy to see it over.
Even the ball retention, there's no clean hands. It's like a piece of soap, but it's, as you said, the conditions are just benign. It's just perfect.
If you're listening to us on the app over in WA, you cannot get better conditions. We swear to you, it's
not a zephyr a breeze.
No, it is magnificent. At ground level, Martin just got rid of Fife and then got around him, bought some time and space for himself, goes in looking for McIntosh, but the ball was at his feet, and then he just toe pokes it desperately away from himself, and it pitches 1 foot from the line and goes out of bounds, 25 out from the Richmond goal.
Well, both teams have been in nearly 13 times inside forward 50 and have had 2 marks either end, so it hasn't been great.
Hasn't been good. Sanderland's got it, grabbed it out of the ruck. Dangerous, because he's in their back line. Fife couldn't take it on the first grab. Now Cochin comes through, gets it out. Now Richmond just drive it up towards deep inside their attacking 50. That was Caddy. Ball hits the ground. Lots of numbers around the footy. Umpire's giving them plenty of time. Says, give it to me. 25 metres out. Gee.
There's hardly been a chain of play, has there?
Well, no one's taken a mark or a possession and just gone back and actually settled things down. So they're just playing on at all costs. Coming through for Fremantle, it was Walters. Now they go back again. Just trying to clear it out, and they'll go up to 2-on-2. McIntosh is one of them. Ball hits the ground. Good tackle, and he's been caught with it. And the umpire says Fremantle's free kick. Hughes has got it. He'll go over the top to McCarthy. They'll just have to slow things down because they've got no forward line structure. And McCarthy now settles things because he needs to kick it to himself.
Brad Hill and Langdon wide open here inside forward 50.
Up they go towards Mundy. Really good centre, front and square, and that was from Alice, who then decides to kick it out of bounds on the full with the left. Wow, free kick. 85 metres out from Fremantle's goal. It's McCarthy. Let's see what he does with this one. They're going short. It's not the best kick, but he finds a Walters. Been pretty good. How many, Del?
Walters is up to... Give me 1 second.
All right. McCarthy.
I'll come back to you.
Gets it on now.
8. He's at 8.
8, and up they go on Crozier. Good lead, good mark, and he's marked 45 out. Tight angle, but he's been lively, taking a few marks.
I reckon if this game was at Subiaco, they would have been calls for 50 metres there too, just quietly.
Reckon he was earned. He was made to earn it.
Andy, how many people are here right now in the crowd?
21.
Any of them talking?
No.
They're talking to one another, not about the
somber.
game.
It is absolutely...
I'm not good at crowds. How many?
About 25.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah,
so there's 20 or 25. None of them are talking. Doesn't matter how many are here.
No, you can hear the pigeons talking. Crozier comes in. He's on the left, just across the face, and just misses to the left-hand side for a left footer. One behind though. That's exciting. Fremantle 2-3-15, Richmond 2-1-13 on the SEN Identifier scoreboard. So
they're coming short, too short. The Seagulls are chiming in there. You can hear through the effects mics. He drives it out of defensive 50, one-on-one looking for Rioli. That is a magnificent grab.
That's the highlight of the game so far.
That's a Glenn Cameron Group Mark of the Day contender. It's stuck. He plays on around the body. Wow. Thank God the siren brings that schmozzle to an end.
Because there was no goals.
Fremantle 2-3-15 at the end of that. Richmond 2-1-13. The quarter went for 27 3/4 minutes for Self-Wealth. Quick thoughts before we get to Is there a quick thought? Is there a thought?
It's just not even sparring. It's just shadow boxing. There's just the ball retention, the ball use, Del.
They fell over getting into the ring.
Yeah.
The couple tripped on orange peels.
I'm not sure what both coaches will actually say. That's what I'm intrigued.
I reckon Dimmer Hardwick would be a little bit flat with the boys. I reckon Rossi would be semi-positive. He'd be semi-positive. They're up by a couple of points, and you say, you know what, we've come over here, MCG. We've shut the game down. Let's get going from here.
More thoughts after the break. 11-16 SEN footy for Toyota's Good for Footy program, supporting local clubs around Australia. Subway, slow cook barbecue, pulled pork available at participating Subway restaurants, and Voost Isotonics dissolves in water in minutes at quarter time. It's the Doctors by 2 points. Quarter time here, 2-1-13 Richmond, Fremantle 2-3-15, singles to Revolt and Caddy for the Tigers. Hill and Mundy for Fremantle. Before we get the thoughts of Nick Del Santo and Danny Frawley, Brett Thomas for actionvictoria.com.au. Hey, BT, at least tell us that the physios were in good form in that opening quarter.
Well, Langdon got a little bit of work done, but there wasn't really a lot of action on the bench, as there hasn't been during the game either. Really old school tag, though, that Blakely has on Cochin. Whenever the Richmond skipper comes to the bench, so too does the Dockers tagger. Rotation 16 to 21 at quarter time. And for sleep dentistry in Melbourne, well, the crowd's been a little bit asleep. No injuries to report at quarter time.
Good on you, mate. hopefully the no injuries continues. Nick Del Santo and Danny Frawley, whoever wants to go first, feel free.
Go for Del.
If you're a coach, what do you say? What do you do to address that?
Well, I think you got to stay positive. The boys would know that it's been a really disappointing skill-wise with the way they're being using the ball, particularly by foot. Players are well aware of that, so you want the coaching staff to be positive. Try and give some instructions. Where can we improve? What do you want us to do? As we look down on the ground, I'm seeing Cam Mooney's about to walk up to Ross Lyons. That could be an interesting interview if you want to check that out. But I reckon Rossi be secretly pretty happy with the way that that's gone. They're up by 2 points. As we've mentioned, there's a few people here, 20-odd thousand people, none of them talking, so that's a positive for the travelling side, and it needs to get a lot better than that, though. Let's hope this next quarter, at least the skills clean up a little bit.
Well, Sandland's been on fire, 11 hit-outs, 16-4 in Fremantle's favour, but the Tigers have sharked all these hit-outs because they're leading the clearances 11-6. So if Fremantle can tidy that part of the game up, they are right in this match.
They're the work-safe stats there, Spud.
Well, the opening bounce for Boost Isotonics dissolves in water in just minutes. Beautiful conditions here at the MCG. Second quarter underway. Sandilands, Nankervis. They get it down, or Sandilands does. Nankervis good at ground level. Got it and drove it inside attacking. 50. Coming up at the footy. Oh, Kocher got it. He'll have a shot at goal. Good plays, finishes off. And the skipper steps up in the first 20 seconds and kicks a goal for the Tigers. They're on the 3-1-19. Freo 2-3-15. And that's on the SEN Makita scoreboard, brought to you by Makita's Cordless Power Garden Range, the reliable workhorse, Spud.
Well, all they're doing is sharking Sandlands. It's as simple as that. Another centre square clearance. Sandlands getting clear hands on it, but Richmond are just sharking. And that's where Fremantle on ballers probably have to get a little bit tighter as well, because they've just gone to school on it, Del. They've just known they're going to lose the tap, but they're sharking the Sandland ruck hits.
And the context of this game, that is very much a Chisholm game and goal of the day. As Nankervis and Sandilands prepare to go at it again, the middle of the ground. 50-50 ball there. Blakely hits it hard, then he goes straight back into traffic. Dispossessed. Edwards stops and props, goes looking for Rioli. Wrapped up straight away by Sutcliffe. Managed to break out of the tackle. The umpire gave them a bit of room to play. Ball still bouncing around inside. It eventually finds its way out to Edwards. Around the body. Dangerous ball in towards centre half forward. Revolt hit it hard with the defensive fist. Cochin gets the crumb. Goes sideways to Brandon Ellis. He's got a man on in the pocket. That's the way he goes, and the mark's taken by Markov. 50 metres out on about a 45-degree angle.
Can he get the distance, Bud?
We'd think so. It'll take his best. Well, there's no wind. You would think just get a good long run up and drive through it, and he should be able to get it, I would have thought.
Quick twitch fibres, this man, in the DNA. In he comes. He'll kick from 52 straight into the man on the mark.
He's not going to do it.
No matter what your fibres are like when you're kicking into the man on the mark. It was good stuff by Ibbotson. And the ball finds
read it like a book, didn't I?
Glenn Kirsten, who marks half-back, drives it just attacking side of centre wing, but the mark's taken by Asprey. He's having a reasonable year.
He's good. Asprey reads the ball so well, and he's prepared to back himself and actually mark. He doesn't always want to punch it away. He's happy to take the grab and get the turnover.
Well, they're out now because Martin on half-back. He goes like a ball it up to Edwards, who dropped a sitter. He's in trouble here. Will he get out of the tackle? He did. Poor handball, though, coming through for Freo was Spur. Good numbers for Richmond. Will they be able to get out through Neil? Oh, it should be a free kick against Butler. Wasn't. Rioli, though's there. Tries to go back to Butler. Couldn't pick it up. Could have been a throw. Wasn't paid against Blakely. Now they're out through Mundy, centre of this ground. They'll get it through Spur. He'll look up the ground. One-on-one. Where's McCarthy and Rance? Oh, Rance. Good positioning. Took a beauty on half-back.
You want to see McCarthy come at the ball a bit more. He always looks like he's going almost backwards on the 45. Come at the ball. Make your opponent actually want to spoil it and come over your shoulder. Either mark it or you can draw a free kick.
Just like Markov did there on centre wing up towards Jack Revolt, who came up at the footy. Just like you just asked. He went to give it away and Five just said, all right, I'll just push you over and you can fall over on your tummy. And Jack Revolt has got the free kick on centre wing. Looks up. Doesn't want to move it. Just telling players to get out. He wants to go backwards to Rance. He might have to go now. He goes long across the field. Good work. You've got players everywhere. One of them out wide. I think it is. Is that our man again? It is Ellis, who's had plenty of the footy in the first quarter. And up he goes. They're moving it really well up towards Caddy. Caddy's 60 from home. Right up along the boundary line. Wants to go in short. Got the player coming up at him. One of that's Rioli. and he's marked a millimetre inside the boundary line, 35 metres out.
Yeah, Martin's starting to have an impact. He's got 11 work safes at the moment. He's had 3 at the start of this second quarter.
All right, Rioli. Here's Mercurial.
He likes his pocket as well.
It is a banana for a right footer. It's a long way out to kick a banana. Oh, he's kicked a bit of a floater. Got the belly of the footy. Up they flew. The ball hits the ground now. Fremantle will get out of trouble through Mundy.
He gets it from Gray, and he goes short to Kirsten, who's pushed way up the ground. This is the problem, though. When they get a break, they have to go slow. There's nothing ahead of them. He goes to Ibbotson laterally, goes to handball into the corridor. Was almost going to be cut off, so he held onto the footy. Crozier, centre wing, Hill, cuts in board. Good pressure applied by Koch, and then Mundy spilled the footy. There is a free kick, yeah.
Off the ball, after he handballed it.
Spot on, Spud.
But didn't disguise the fact that Mundy still fumbled.
He did fumble the footy. Hill goes short. Very speculative, looking for Pearce. Couldn't take the mark. There was pressure around the footy all over the place. Now it's in dispute. 50-50. Cochin and Martin there for the Tigers. Generally going to end well for Richmond when that's the case. Butler gets the footy. Gives the handball off now to Grigg. Little pokey over the top looking for Revolt. Can't take the mark. Hamling with him every step of the way. Grigg goes back, gets the spillage. Handball up to Revolt around the body. Ball bouncing in open space. Rioli, foot race with Weller. Rioli off the ground, kicks it out on the full. It was high risk from Rioli from where he was. It was going to be absolute brilliance if he was able to bring that back on the angle that he was on. He couldn't. And Weller with the free kick for out on the full in the pocket. He drives it down towards Sandilands, who works his way in front of Nankervis, takes the mark, plays on, ball hits the ground, gives it to Hill straight away. Ran into a bit of a dead end, but was good enough to buy some time and got it to Shane Kirsten.
He backs his speed in. He's prepared to get that handball under a little bit of pressure, then work his way out of it and hit his target. It's brilliant.
Kirsten, good kick because he kicked it up long to McCarthy. Got him to his advantage, took a good grab. He plays on, gets it inside, attacking 55 over the top. Walters is there as well. He'll give the handball to Fife and he kicks a goal. Good transfer of play, and Spud, you got what you wanted because McCarthy came up with the footy and they get reward straight away. Freo 3-3-21, Richmond 3-1-19. We've travelled 6 minutes to the second quarter, and next quarter for Australian Diamond Company.
Yeah, much easier to actually hit the target when you get a forward, as you talked about, Dal, coming at your vision instead of running away. And he's a pretty good game, McCarthy. He's had 9 disposals. He's going 75% by foot. He's had a couple of inside 50s. And Fife starting to have an impact, and Brad Hill. So if Hill and Fife continue to get the ball like this, it's going to be a game that's going to take some beating for the Tigers.
And while that passage of play was happening, Cam Sutcliffe's just come off bleeding from the nose.
The sleep dentistry in Melbourne, yeah, he's caught one in the snoz. He's just got blood pouring out at the moment.
Good on you, BT. Back in the middle of the ground. Sandilands flips it out to Neil, who manages to shake off a little tackle. Bang, he takes the mark. McIntosh beeline him with a shirt front. Ball spilt free. Play on's the call. Good to see a little bit of that allowed to go on in the game. Caddy gets it, the spillage. He goes down the line, looking for Elton. Had to try and trap the half volley. Hughes gets it out to Weller. Has to go backwards inside defensive 50 to switch.
Well, that's hard to see too. The
sun. Spirit had a similar situation a couple of weeks ago at Subiaco and hit him in the face. It was brilliant.
He was panicking for a minute, but managed to find the footy in the sun, and he was good enough to get it to Hill, who's been a factor in this game.
Well, Spiro does most of his best work after dark, so he's probably not used to this amount of light on him.
Is that right?
That is correct.
Apparently, okay.
Bit of a swordsman, is he?
No, he's married with a kid at the moment.
Well, that doesn't mean he's... down towards centre wing. Sandilands flips it over the back. Whistle on play for a push against Sandilands, who can't believe it.
Gee, there wasn't a lot in that.
Gee whiz.
Said he fended off with the left.
Why didn't he mark the ball, Sandilands?
The short kick from Hawley to Grigg. It was picked up on the half volley. He puts it out in front of Nankervis. With him every step of the way was Ibbotson. Umpire allowed him to play. Walters got the spillage to Hamling. Just a little stabby pass off the instep. Good vision and execution of Crozier to Walters, who gets goal side of Brandon Ellis. Interference in the marking contest.
Yeah, free kick.
The umpire.
That was a non-officiating umpire.
Spot on. But gee, that was really good run from Walters, wasn't it? He got the ball in the back pocket. Now he's got it on the wing, so a really good gut run there.
Coming up for possession number 11. He's been very good, clean.
Quarter for the Australian Diamond Company. We do the right thing by you because it matters to us. adc.com.au.
Walters asked to go, then just drives it long up to about 6 on 6. Ball over the top. Grimes is there. Oh, could have been too high. Oh, ducking the head. That was Butler, I think. He was wrapped up. Now Fife. Good work. Got it out. Kirsten just smacked it onto his boot. Got it inside attacking 50. It might not last too long there. Coming through was Weller. Now with all the numbers, Freo through Lockie now. Good kick. Really good kick. And it was just good numbers. Good ball movement. And a good mark taken there by Langdon. I think it was Langdon, was it?
Been all right this
Yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, really good.
It is Langdon.
Yeah, you can see the Chemist Warehouse replay screen there. That's the last couple of entries have been really good for Freo. Starting to get a bit of momentum.
They've got a bit more composure, Spud. They're not bombing away. Sometimes they've gone a little bit too fast and actually haven't had the forwards there. Lockie Neal, as you just mentioned on the Chemist Warehouse replay, saw the lead coming at him. It was a difficult kick, got it around his body, but there was space. There was space for the forwards to lead into. That's what you want. Someone coming at you.
He's kicking from 35. He's 7 steps inside the boundary line on the wrong side for a right footer. Let's see how he goes. He just veers to his right and misses to the right.
All over the shot.
Got to run towards goal, young fella. Ed Langdon has kicked the 3 goals this year. Not going to improve on that. 3-4-22 Fremantle. Richmond 3-1-19. It's on the SEN Makita scoreboard.
So Cochin's just come on the ground. He's going to spend some time forward and drag Blakely into a dangerous position.
Brett Thomas for actionvictoria.com.au. Hamlin worked his way into the front position then against Revolt and takes a Glenn Cameron group mark of the day. That's another Cameron's can-do grab. He looks to go inboard quickly, decides against it, then puts the low ball in towards the top of the square. Carthy had a little bit of a look at it. Neil clever on too easy. Gave it to
fumble.
Mundy, who was going to run into almost an open goal, and he fumbled the footy.
That's twice Mundy has tried to get a handle on the footy and just sort of watching the ball into your hands, get the possession, then dispose of it.
Rance has got one just on the Chemist Warehouse replay.
Might have clipped Rance on the way through. He's hip and shoulder.
Groggy. And he's got the free. Has he got the free kick here, Rance?
Yeah, well, he got clipped on the way past as Mundy's fumbled that.
Yeah.
Rance has gone to pick it up and he's just...
Certain goal, though. Mundy's fumbled.
Yep. Short term. McIntosh, back pocket, members side of the ground.
Yeah, there's not much movement, is there?
Tigers.
They're very stagnant.
He drives it up towards Grimes, who takes a nice mark. Good work from
Cochin
to keep Blakely out of the contest. Handball from Martin to Hawley. He misses Cochin, and then Walters surely taken without the footy. Walters, brilliant gather and give to Blakely. Then Sandy. Why the handball into a stationary ruckman, I'll never know.
Munster.
Edwards goes inboard, one-handed take from Lambert. He fumbled the footy. Now Elton has to lean down and try and get it. Rioli goes in, restores a bit of sanity. Castagna cuts inboard, around the body on the right boot, kicks the goal. Enter Daniel Rioli just to tidy it all up and make some sense out of the whole thing. And he made good things happen for Richmond. 4-1-25. The Tigers 3-4-22 Fremantle. SEN Makita scoreboard brought to you by Makita's Cordless Power Garden Range. The reliable workhorse have been going 12 minutes.
Well, as we watch Rossi Lyon on the Chemist Warehouse replay, we're up here having a chuckle because we said at the very early in the game, do not handball to a ruckman. I think we said full stop.
Yeah,
let alone when he's stationary, facing the wrong way. Because you get that. You get Sandy like deers in the headlight. Bang, gives it to someone with a man right up his clacker. He
didn't know what to do.
And Rossi's chuckling as you watch him.
Ross has got that sarcastic...
Why would you do it?
Yeah, he's just got that look.
Still, although they're in traffic and he's standing still.
That's handballing off the responsibility.
Yeah,
I know you're handballing the ball, but also getting rid of the responsibility.
You might as well give it straight to Richmond.
Taverner out now, the Tigers.
At least you can defend that.
They try and drive it forward, but Fremantle through Walters now. He's got it on centre wing. Goes back now. Fremantle just looking for someone to come up, and that's McCarthy and Mundy, but Rance just copped a big knock and he's up and about already. Coming through there was Elton. Didn't get rid of it. Freo, though, they've been all right. Taverner, he'll go backwards. Got the player down back, trying to work it through. That is Hambling. He's all over the shop at the moment. He was up forward only a couple of minutes ago. Now they hook it out wide to Ibbotson. Ibbetson's got one out wide and they're working it around beautifully here. That was Tucker, brings it inboard. Beautiful kick. And coming up with the footy was Shane Kirsten.
Well, they've only been inside forward 55 times, but that's their third mark. So they're starting to get a little bit of forward structure, Fremantle, through McCarthy, through this young lad Taverner. I've liked his form this year. It looks like he's put on a little bit of beef. It's taken him a while to get some consistency in his game, but
he's up near 50 games now, so they've just about got the game time into him to expect to see some real results. Kirsten will kick from 47 metres, about a 45-degree angle. He got a fair bit of that. I don't reckon the umpire's
that's
move.
a good kick.
He has kicked that 62 and straight through the middle.
That was a 7-iron ox.
That was a beautiful kick. He kicked his fifth goal for the year. And Shane Kirsten, good work there. Really, I'll say his 10th goal for the year, I should say. Really well done. 4-4-28, Richmond 4-1-25. Not a lot of support here, say, for Fremantle, but...
Oh, Richmond?
Yeah, well, it is Mother's Day, so...
No, it is.
You're not letting go of the football?
Well, Mother's Day is more about the mum than more about...
Yeah, women come to the
footy.
footy.
Mother's Day.
They love the footy, but they like it to be their day too.
I had Mother's
Day. A bit more
Day.
about them, you reckon?
Yeah.
Don't share it.
At Crown last night and breakfast this morning.
Did you?
Big Bert Newton
What were you
was
doing there?
Jeez. I just had
You
brought the wife to Crown for Mother's Day.
Gee, look at you, brownie points.
Here we go. Don't tell my wife that. I'm in strife. You're doing that.
You've got to do something when you've been married for 28 years, mate. You've got to spice it up.
Gotcha from the restart. Rioli gets the ball in front of him, tries to keep it going his advantage, but Sutcliffe was good enough just to run a bit of interference. Got it to Neil. The high ball is a dangerous one. Hughes stands under it at centre half back. Walters, who's been pretty good.
How's that not a free kick?
It should have been a free kick. Kirsten gives it to Fife, back to Kirsten at both ends of the ground.
He's been all right, Kirsten.
He has been okay. Out in front of Hill, who finds a bit of space now. This bloke's been good. Looking for Mundy. The kick was bad on the half volley. Mundy takes it out of bounds in front of Rance. 4-4-28 Fremantle, 4-1-25 the Tigers. 15 minutes gone, second quarter.
Yeah, the work safes. Kirsten leading position getter this quarter with 7.
And you wonder why Brad Hill, that was a poor kick. He's looking at McCarthy saying, can you please come up at me? I want to give you the ball, but you can't sit 60, 70 metres behind your opponent and expect me to kick it that far.
Grigg got it out, and Nankervis fumbled at his feet. Wasn't the best handball, you'd have to say. And the umpire says, give it to me. Fife's had no real influence.
He's been okay. He started off really solid, but he's only had...
he's only had 2 kicks.
Yeah, he's only had 3 touches this quarter.
All right, Sanderlands, just don't give it to him when he's trying to handball. Got it down towards Hill and Pearson. Walters is there as well. Pearce shoveled it out. Look for Taberner. And free kick is... No, the umpire thought about it for a deliberate or insufficient intent. This quarter for Australian Diamond Company. We do the right thing by you because it matters to us. adc.com.au. Sandland's got it down. Walters is there and so is Hill. Hill's on the outside. He's 70 from home. He looks inboard. He pulls the trigger and drives it in up towards Taberner. Didn't get it. Ranso. Free kick. Free kick coming back to Taberner. He was blocked in his run.
Yeah, really well umpire. It was a late call, but the Richmond player, the Chemist Warehouse Rebos, I think it was Rance, had to turn and his eyes... And he blocked Taberner. I was surprised the whistle didn't go as quick.
I think it was the not officiating.
Yeah, it was Asprey. It was Asprey coming back on the floor of it. Yep. There was a few in that contest. But you're right, the umpire was 15 away from it, but it's the umpire from the centre of the ground that's actually caught it. It was the right call. They got there in the end.
Taberner, he will kick from about 20 metres out directly in front. He'll slot this through. It's already in the book. And straight through the middle. And Fremantle have got their 5th, and the Tigers and not playing their best footy. Got an opportunity to go into the top 3 on the ladder, equal with Adelaide, which would give them a great boost leading into next weekend. But gee, they just can't find their mojo here this afternoon. 5-4-34 Fremantle, Richmond 4-1-25.
Well, this quarter, the key stats: contested ball, Fremantle 24-19. They're going at 79% by foot compared to the Tigers 63. The first quarter was riddled with turnovers. This one's calmed down a little bit, but 6 to 7 inside 50s. Fremantle's had 4 scoring shots, 3 goals, 1 from 6 inside 50s to Richmond, 2 goals from 7 inside 50s.
Yeah, so more efficient.
It's tough going.
Yep.
17 minutes gone on the air conditioning warehouse sales clock. Restart, middle of the ground. Pack developed, free kick, whistle on play. Going to be Fremantle's. To Blakely, who was held by Cochin. He goes short and finds Tucker.
They're finding a lot of loose players, Fremantle.
Hughes marks. Caddy.
Another Fremantle play down.
Him down. In towards the top of the square. Big pack fly. Crozier gets it. Great tackle. Tiger defence needed to make it, and they did. They stuck it. Martin gets the handball out to Short. Little toe poke down the line. Fife and Cochin free kick. No. Cochin wanted it for being held, not paid, said the umpire. Hughes backing towards full forward. Ball drops short. Rance doing what he does, takes the mark. And will turn defence hopefully into attack for Richmond.
Yeah, Kirsten's just hobbling around at the moment. We'll keep an eye on him for Sleep Dentistry of Melbourne.
Thanks, BT. Now Curvis to Asprey, who lopes. Wants somebody to provide. Johnson was in the front position at half forward, centre wing, I should say, out of side of the ground. No one can take the mark. Grigg gets the handball over the top. Butler goes in, wrapped up straight away by Pearce. Ball not coming out. It's jammed in there. We'll have a throw in outer side of the ground. 18 3/4 minutes gone. Fremantle 5-4-34. Richmond 4-1-25 this quarter for the Australian Diamond Company.
Yeah, Kirsten's just come to the bench with his left leg, I think, is the issue at the moment. Just taking the boot off, so it might be an ankle.
Grigg went towards Butler, now Fife. We need someone to light this game up. It might be him, it might be Big Sanderlands who just got it and drove it up towards attacking 50.
Look at that spoil.
40-metre punch, but it hits Walters on the chest. He drives it back inside the top of the 50. Tabernar fumbles coming through the Tigers. And Walters barges his way through, couldn't get through. Not the big frame to be barging through. And we'll have a ball up 53 metres out. Who's going to spark Estelle?
For the Tigers?
Yeah.
Well, they need a few. You'd like to start with Dusty. Get your class. Get their hands on the ball. That's where it starts.
Well, Sanderland's got it and he hit Ellis, and Ellis missed a handball. Coming through, Crozier couldn't get it. Now Grimes is in there. He doesn't get it. Lockie Neal's in there as well. Gee, the ball's bumbling and fumbling around. Towards the boundary line it goes, and over it goes thanks to Rioli, who put us all out of our misery and made sure we'll have a throw in, clear things up.
Well, the Tigers' pressure's down. They're at 1.6. The league average is 1.8, so they are well below that, and they've only had 13 tackles this quarter.
Gee, that's low. Sanderlands got it down towards Martin, hit him on the scone. Coming through was Walters. Good work by Caddy, just ripped it and gripped it and got it and slotted it down towards 50. Coming through was Johnson, though, for Fremantle. Now they'll be all right through Hughes. Didn't hit the target. Weller's under pressure. Look out. He got away. You better get rid of it, Lockie. He
missed
did.
Tackle again.
Good work. Over the top. Oh, that wasn't very well done there by Langdon. He heard footsteps. I don't like to say it, but he did. Now Martin, he got it and went back to Grimes. Centre wing. Oh, there's fumbles. There's a bit of pressure now. Sanderlands!
No one
stands strong and takes up beauty.
He didn't even jump. He just put his arms up.
It was dead set uncontested. We're getting excited.
But no Richmond player went up to complete it.
Look at Hill go.
Tabernar goes out wide to Crozier. I've liked his game, Dell. Crozier's been...
Oh, Dell, you've called it.
Look at
Hill gets on the end of the handball from Crozier, pokes it in, ball to the lead from Mundy.
Dell.
That's the difference.
Gee, can read it like a book, can Nick Del Santo?
Can he ever?
He saw that before Brad Hill even knew that he was going to take off.
Quarter time.
That's their 5th mark inside the forward 50 this quarter. So their connection is a lot better than Richmond's at the moment in the midfield.
He'll go short into the pocket, Danielle Pearce.
Who was that one? Who was the one there with the orange boots? Now, I'll tell you who that was. That was Jaden Short. Hands on his hips with his back to the kicker.
That'll be shown in a team review.
They're off.
That is an absolute sin.
They are off at the moment. This is Fremantle's 10th shot at goal. Richmond have only had 5 for WorkSafe.
Wrong side for a left footer, but we know that he is highly skilled. Always has been, Daniel Pearce.
Well, a nab rising star, didn't he?
My word, he did. He'll kick from 47. It's on its way. It's not going to make it. No, it didn't make the distance in the end. It was right to the line. Markov, Grimes, kicks it straight to the boundary line. Kirsten back on, so the work's been done on that ankle. He goes short to Johnson, who's starting to find a bit of form. From 80 to the top of the square, loads it up. Pack fly, no one can take the mark. Dangerous crumb. Oh no, he's run straight over it, Grimes. Handball out to Gray, who over the top of the would-be smotherer drags it. Oh, that was a very theatrical identification of the behind from the goal umpire.
It was, wasn't it?
Well,
Just had a little bit of a pause.
I think it was a goal.
Gray's arguing it. He's celebrating
I'd like to have another look on the Chemist Warehouse
replay
screen.
It'll be reviewed, won't it?
Only goals get reviewed, Andy.
Behind goes on the board. SEN Makita's scoreboard 5-5-35, 4-1-25.
Well, they bring it in, and Big Johnson stands tall, takes a good grab. It'll just come straight back into the Tigers' defence. Oh, just held up there was Hamling. He wanted to go. Now to Johnson. He'll drive it in the inside this time. Up they fly. Tabernar! Oh, he didn't take it. Fumbled. He had 2 goes at it. Cotcham wants to keep it in. Could be on the full. And it is. And the free kick will go to Fremantle, and the recipient will be Daniel Pearce on the other side this time.
Well,
good for a left footer.
Repeat entries here for Freo. They've set up the wall beautifully this last 3 or 4 minutes, Freo.
They've dominated this quarter.
They need to get scoreboard pressure now. They haven't got it. They're starting to, but they need more return on the scoreboard.
Margin's 10 points in favour of Fremantle. 23.5 minutes gone. Pearce outside the boundary line. Runs in. This is his bread and butter. Doesn't quite get there. Bit of a mongrel.
How about the spin on that?
Gee, Daniel Pearce let us all down. One behind. Margin 5-6-36. Richmond 4-1-25. That's on the SEN Makita scoreboard.
And this quarter for the Australian Diamond Company, Martin plays onto himself, gives it to Ellis. He gives it to Short. Short just hacks it up towards centre wing. There's a whistle on play here, and it's going to be another free kick against Elton to Johnson.
Well, that goes back to Dusty Martin. I like his enthusiasm to bring the ball back in quick, but he had no forwards in front of the play, so he's played on, trying to create something. Everybody's still getting back into their positions. Their forwards weren't set up yet to receive those kicks, and as a consequence, they have to give away a free kick just to minimise the damage.
Yeah, well, Freo have had 100 possessions and Richmond have only had 13 tackles for WorkSafe.
Hamley gives it to Tucker, who he got it from. Little left footer into space. They hit it hard.
Too easy. Couple
of bites of the cherry, but Five takes the mark to Neil. The good players get their hands on the footy. Cutting across and smothering that off the boot was Batchelor to Ellis. Brandon down the line. Looking for Caddy. They probably need a bit more from him. Johnson at ground level forward hard. Got it to Tucker. Handball into some traffic. Langdon got the bounce to Mundy. Pokes it into space. Hill, centre half forward. Look to go to Weller, who was cruising down.
Sandilands one out in the goal square.
Now he waits for someone to provide something. 55 out. Now he pokes it to Sandilands. Big man, Rance in front. Taberner had a bit of a look at the crumb. Rance followed up, did some outstanding work. Oh, he's got to be good here, Grigg. Managed to get the hand on it. Does gather his footy. Runs through centre half back, gives it to Rioli. Rioli goes through some traffic, runs around Spur, has a cheeky bounce, goes to Hamley. Magnificent Hamley. Talk about that in a minute, Danny Frawley. Weller, back to Hamley. Ran to receive. Gives it to Spur. Big moment here. If they can transition and kick a goal, it'll be massive.
They're out on their feet though, Andy. Spur has to hold it. Goes to Hughes. He's got Big Nan Curvis on chase. Didn't get him. Crozier now. He'll go in short. Shocking kick. Shocking. Asprey cut it off. He's been all right. They bring it inboard to Ellis. He doesn't want to move it. Don't know why. Now to Grigg at half back. He holds it up. Or fakes the handball. Goes one way. Not sure what to do. Get off your mark, Big Griggy. And he goes back. Goes back to Rance. Rance then hooks it out wide. He's got Butler. Up the ground he goes. Jack one-on-one. Gets rid of his opponent. Could have been a free. Where's Rioli at ground level? Jack picks it up. He'll go on the left. Beautiful Martin. One out in the goal square. Dusty!
Great mark.
Pay it, did he do?
Yeah, he paid it.
Oh, I had to pay it.
Yeah, it's a mark. Really good
went
mark.
Back. He'll play on. Watch him go around.
He's had 7 disposals this quarter, Dusty.
Got to catch his breath though, Dustin Martin. He eats these for breakfast and kicks a beauty.
The Richard support.
Chisholm Gaming goal of the day. Oh, it's ugly footy, but it's okay. Margin's 5 points in favour of Freo.
Explain yourself.
Well, it's ugly, but it's actually it's starting to lift. It's half enjoyable.
Well, I think what's going to happen is the longer the game goes, there's 4 points up for grabs. So the intensity will build up, and that's probably the first time the Richmond Army, and that's against the flow. I reckon that hurts that Freo. They dominated the last 7 or 8 minutes and couldn't score that major. I think the mark was it long enough for the Chemist Warehouse?
Because we're watching the Chemist Warehouse replay. I think the umpire's called a mark, not a free kick for taking the arms.
It was a mark.
He paid the mark.
Would you consider that a mark?
He paid definitely paid it.
Just then.
So back in the middle, restart, dying stage of second quarter.
That hurt that goal.
Lambert just gets it out in front of himself when looking for Rioli. Neil stayed in the contest. Did really nicely. Tucker over the foot. He can't get it away from Cochin, who sweated on him. Neil goes in, gives it to Blakely under pressure. Oh, they're under the hammer here. Got to get rid of it. Hamling, he does.
See that goal hurt Freo.
Siren sounds. Game opened up in the second quarter, boys.
Cactus, they are out on their feet,
I want to talk to you about this, Del. They look spent, these two sides. It doesn't look like the sort of game that has been high tempo, high energy, and yet every player out there looks completely cool.
Yeah, they do, and I was keeping an eye on particularly the Fremantle forwards, and there was a couple of forward entries that there was just some dreadful turnovers going in, but their forwards weren't getting back into position. I mentioned the Tigers were doing a similar thing when Dusty was kicking it out from defence, but they're taking so long to get back to their position because they are sluggish. They're not as sharp. They don't look like they're on their toes. And maybe these turnovers are taking a toll. They're constantly changing direction. You constantly think that you're going to get it, then you don't, so then you're chasing back 20, 30, 50 metres, and it takes a toll. When you've been doing it for already, coming up 50, 60 minutes of play, it will take a toll, but it hasn't been a clean game. There's no doubt about that.
So half-time single goal kickers everywhere. We'll bring you up to date with all of those on the other side of the break. Fremantle lead by 5 points, 5-6-36 the visiting team. Richmond 5-1-31 coming up the Kangan Institute halftime break. Feel free to join in if you're out there having a bit of a listen and you want to speak to Danny Frawley and or Nick Del Santo. Feel free to get on the line, 9429 1116. Half-time in the G, Sunday footy here, 1116 SEN. Toyota's Good for Footy program, Subway and Boost Isotonics. It's the Dockers by 5 points.
Half-time here at the G, Fremantle 5-6-36, Richmond 5-1-31, which has been a pretty ugly game of footy. Spud Frawley's been doing all the specials and he's got 5 players in the gun that need a lift.
Well, I've got one Freo player. The only reason I put him in there, he's kicked a goal, David Mundy. Just a couple of ball retention issues, but look, he's been okay. But the Tigers, for mine, they've had 29 tackles, and Freo have had 35 more possessions. And out of those 29 tackles, Ox, 2 players have had 10. So Cochin and Rioli have had 10 between them. So the other 20 players have had 19 tackles. So these guys haven't had a tackle. Basher Hooley, Josh Caddy, Titch Edwards, who's quick, Ellis, Butler, George Castagna and Todd Elton. So my bottom 4, Edwards, I'm putting him in there. I'm putting Caddy in there. I just can't remember him having impact in this game whatsoever.
Good nomination.
Todd Elton looked like he's going to take the world on fire in the first 5 minutes and hasn't looked like it since. He hasn't had a touch for 40 minutes, Todd Elton. So I'll throw
like Ben Elton.
Yeah, and I'll throw Basher Hooley in there as well. Again, just uncompetitive, unconditional footy. Just no tackles. It's just Damien Hardwick could be filthy with that stat of 20 players have had 19 tackles between them and 7 players have not laid a tackle.
Not good enough down at ground level. Who's been watching all those non-tackles is Brett Thomas. Any news from the halftime break, Brett?
Yeah, well, Richmond first out onto the ground and they're just getting into their final huddle. Let's hope that they can find a bit of a spark in this second half, because it's been noticeable in the crowd that there certainly hasn't been a lot of energy in this game, as you guys have mentioned. In terms of the rotations, 37 of 44 Fremantle's way, and for Sleep Dentistry of Melbourne, no real injuries to report. Kirsten came off in that second quarter with a sore left Achilles.
That was the Kangan Institute halftime break. Kangan Institute, real education, real skills, real jobs. Kangan.edu.au. Spud, you were with the Tigers pre-game. You're still with them?
I'm still with them because I think their upside is a lot better. Andy, I think Edwards can lift, Rioli can lift, Ellis can lift, Caddy can lift, and Hooley, Grigg. Oh no, Grigg's not even out there. He can't lift. Oh yes, he is. He's been really good. So I think the upside's huge, but just think that goal late in the second quarter, Freo dominated the 10 minutes, yet they didn't score, and Richmond went just before the buzzer and kicked that goal. So yeah, they're just spluttering. They'd need to lift, and I think Damien Hardwick would sense the urgency in the first 10 minutes, Del, in this game.
Yeah, I think both teams will be, to be honest with you, Spud. You'd like to think that Freo are going to get a little bit more reward for their effort, but it's been a tough game to watch, tough for the boys to call, but at least it's a close one. It's going to be an exciting second half.
Well, this quarter for Heat Strip Outdoor Radiant Heaters, it's underway. Well, let's see what Richmond have got up their sleeve. Coming through was Castagna, got it out. Now for Fremantle, it is Hambling. Oh, he's wrapped up in the tackle. Got to get rid of the footy. Umpire says, give it to me right on the 50. Right on the 50. We'll have the ball up. Richmond's end of the ground.
Mundy gone forward for Freo.
Sanderlands. Gee, it's a quiet crowd again. Must be all on their radios listening in. Grigg got it, took off. But the umpire says, bring it back because it's not your free kick. It's Fremantle's free kick. It would go to Walters.
Spud, you just spoke about...
In fact, it's Blakely who's got the free kick. Gave it on to Walters. Come back to you in a minute, Del. Right. Here, off he goes now. Walters puts it out wide. Got the lead coming out. Beautiful kick. Beautiful hands by Sutcliffe. Marked on centre wing. Sutcliffe looks down the ground. He's got a player over the top, and that's Hill. He's not going to go to him. He's going to go to Fife. He got away from Cochin easily. Fife's got a 70 from home. Got a player up on the lead. Beautiful kick. It's Walters, and he's working so hard. And that might be 50.
Well, don't about that off. No. You call the beauty with Walters. He got the possession down the back. I'm sorry.
Played on on the left boot.
Well, he has played on too. As I was just watching Spud get his stuff together as he's choking on a bit of cookie.
Boys, here's a little bit of inside of Spud. That's about his third piece of cake. That's his third.
Go well.
He's got
it on his cheek and on his forehead.
5-7 plays 5-1. Ball comes back into play. Lambert pops the handball out in front of Revolt. It was always setting him a task. Hamley with him step for step. Ball in dispute now. Grigg goes in. Handball batted down by Langdon. Goes and gets it again. Grigg out to Lambert again. His kick smothered by Johnson, who came into the game in that second quarter. Blakely to McCarthy, who could probably do a little bit more. Handball missed. That was Spur. Dropped the foot. He comes back out to Langdon. They keep it alive. Into a 1-on-1 and half forward. Sets Crozier a task. Reading the ball off the boot brilliantly was Rance. Came to support. Made it a 2-on-1. Wheels back in towards the corridor. Finds Cochin. Edge of the centre square, defensive side for the Tigers. Manages to put the burners on. Gets around McCarthy. Handball to Lambert. They got their back to the goal. Grigg needs someone going past. Cochin's that man. 2-on-1. Sandilands bends down. Picks up the crumb. Turnovers on. Mundy pops it over the top. McCarthy runs on. Takes the mark. He's got Walters cutting for him through half forward. Decides against it. He's got get it in quickly. 1-on-1's ahead of him all over the place.
Rance
forward
is back
line.
now.
Crozier flies, can't take the mark. Rance did get back as Danny Frawley called. Crozier at ground level, around the body, Walters. Ball flying towards the line. Asprey lost it in traffic in the air and then headbutted the goalpost.
He did.
The bingo goalpost.
Yeah, look at the Chemist Warehouse replay screen.
He's okay.
Right on the bonce.
Behind goes on the board. Richmond 5-1-31. Fremantle 5-8-38. Been going 3 minutes on the SEN 131-008 Silvertop Taxi scoreboard.
That might just sum up exactly how that's tracking at the moment.
Thank God there's padding on that post, or he'd have a very serious injury.
He would indeed. Now the Tigers, they bring it out up towards Hill, and he just took it over the boundary line. He said, no, don't need it, don't want it. 70 metres around from Freo's goal. We'll have a throw in. Just lacking any penetration at all, Richmond. They've got no run in their legs. They're fumbly. In fact, both sides have, to be fair. Sandland's good tap down to Hill, who was running onto it. Hill's got it, and he brings it inside 50. Beautiful kick. Kirsten on the lead. That was a set play. Sandland's great tap work. And Hill finished it off beautifully.
Well, we spoke in the pre-game, particularly you, Ox, that Ruckman are done. They've got no purpose in this game anymore.
Oh, come on.
That is an example of why they are invaluable.
Spot on, Del.
He doesn't even jump, Big Sandy. He's tapped that out to the running Hill, who's come off the wing.
Kirsten comes in. Let's see what he can do. He might have just squeezed it to the narrow side he has. Through for one behind. They've got to capitalise here. It's 14 shots to 6. But they lead 5-9-39 to Richmond 5-1-31. 8 points is the margin on the SEN 131-008 Silvertop Taxi scoreboard.
Rance takes the short ball and drives it out of defensive 50. Elton's got to get his way into the game. Johnson's got him exactly where he wants him at the moment. Now Curvis lumbers towards the footy. Martin cuts it off in front of Pearce out of bounds.
Spud, if you were Damien Harvey, what would you do with Walters and Hill? Walters has had 20. Hill's had 19. They've been the difference to this point. They're the reason they're in front.
Yeah, they're the uncontested run. The meter's going. Yeah, I think you start to put a tag on it. Maybe a McIntosh or Lambert. One of the lesser lights.
Speak of the devil. Langdon got it to Walters. Hoisted high, but where they'd be without Alex Rance?
They'll be 6 down today.
They would be well and truly cooked. He gives it to Hawley. Kicks it out into a 2-on-1, but the kick's an absolute beauty to McIntosh in between a couple of Dockers. Found a little crease. Popped it over to Ellis. He goes forward. That's a nice looking ball as well. Got low and fast and found Caddy, who just backed out the back door away from Spur. Played on. Then now he's in two minds. Doesn't quite know what he's doing now. Pokes it in towards centre, in between centre half forward and full forward. Butler couldn't take the mark. Hughes gets the handball, sweeping out to Spur. Spur buys himself a bit of time, but then puts the handball to the feet of Fife, who can't take it with him, and off hands it goes out of bounds.
That's a dreadful result for the Tigers. Caddy's marked that 45 from goal. If you want to have a shot, he's kicking from 50. He's gone off his line. You know you can't go Slatchel at all. It's play on. Spur was red hot onto it, and he's ended up chipping the ball to centre half forward, 40 out from goal. It's just a nothing kick in the end.
And now complains to the umpire, Del, like, what did you call me for? It was obvious that he'd come off the line.
You got called because you went off your line. Exactly right, Andy.
Batchelor, short. McIntosh can't take the mark. Corey Ellis does well, spins out of the tackle, pops it to half forward. Caddy gets another chance now.
Well, he runs off his line this time. He's got to go, and he drives it up towards the top of the square. It's 4 on 2. Good numbers there by Johnson. Back to Spur, under pressure. They'll get out there through Weller. Smothered kick, not great. They might have enough time because Hill and Walters, they're very tricky. Walters got away. Slammed it onto his boot. 1 on 2. Over the top, and Batchelor will be hoping it goes over because he's not going to catch Hill, and it did so. Centre wing, have a throw in. 39 plays 31, 8 points to the margin in favour of Freo. We've travelled 6 minutes to the third term. We're at the MCG. Hazy conditions, but beautiful for footy.
Chemist Warehouse replay. Nathan Fife just doing a low five with a little kid in the crowd.
Coming through was Gray for Fremantle. He got loose numbers out wide, and that's Hill again, and he's really dangerous. He'll bring it in short. Beautiful kick to McCarthy at 60. McCarthy looks. He's got to pull the trigger. He does now. Beautiful kick to Gray, who's ran down the field. And Brady Gray, who can kick a goal.
Just go back and kick the goal. He's
go
confused.
Back, young fella. Go back.
But Dale, your point on Walters and Hill, they're just opened this game up in this quarter. Walters had 5 work saves and Hill's only had 2, but the amount of times they run with the ball is terrific.
And if they don't get it themselves, Spud, they're creating space for the next midfielder to come through. I think Hardwick has to do something about it.
No
it's
doubt.
hard to run with, particularly Hill. He's such a good runner. Maybe rotate a couple of guys over him because he's just getting away from him.
Brady Gray comes in, 45 out. He's from Burnie. In Tasmania, he's got a bit of it.
Where's the
not
forward?
going to get there, and there Curvis flies by himself.
Oh, that's
Mundy's
inexcusable.
asleep. He's talking to the cheer squad.
Where was McCarthy?
And no contest whatsoever, and Richmond will get out of trouble.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that can actually happen.
Oh, that's inexcusable.
Well, Richmond have got to make him pay here. McIntosh wheels around. He's got a one-on-one. Martin at centre half forward. Can't take the mark. The crumb was picked up by Castagna. Gets it back to Martin. Can't run through the Johnson tackle. Ball spilled free. Did magnificently the veteran defender.
Desperate.
Beautiful work. Now they're a chance of turning it around. Sutcliffe to Hill. He's got the outrider. That's Kirsten. He has to buy a bit of time down to Mundy, who just led hard up to the footy in front of Asprey. Marks between centre wing and half forward. Outer side of the ground. Goes short back to Kirsten. Just the required.
He's been a good link man today, Kirsten.
Him and Mundy are playing an interesting role.
He goes in forward to Ibbotson. Too much on it. Now a chance again. Caddy's got the ball in front of him. Must do something with it, Josh Caddy. Big high profile, big money recruit. Has to make something happen. The tackle was good. Revolt gets the crumb into the pocket. Butler takes the mark in front of Hamley.
Gee, Kirsten's kick was a Barry Crocker.
Well, it's going to cost them a goal. And Fremantle have been in 5 times for, Gray's shot. Nearly 4 behinds, 3 behinds. Richmond have been in 5 for no score. So if this goes through, you have a look at the score, 14 scoring shots to 6 at the moment. They're just shooting themselves in the foot. Not only at goal, Ox, but you said that was a Barry Crocker from Kirsten.
Well, he's better than a goal a game in his short AFL career, Dan Butler. He had to bide his time to get the opportunity. He's making the most of it. He'll kick from about 35 on a tightish angle, and he's dragged it to the inside.
Put another bullet into him.
Okay, I'm going to shut up from here. Fremantle 5-9-39, Richmond 5-2-32. This quarter for the Heat Strip Outdoor Radiant Heaters, available now at Bunnings Stores, heatstrip.com.au. If you go into a Bunnings store to get one, you'll end up buying a whole lot of other stuff you don't need.
That's what's so good about Bunnings.
God love Bunnings.
What a place.
Weller to Spur.
How many pairs of garden gloves do you buy? And
do you think I'm a gardener?
Don't you just buy them?
Looking at your fingers, no, you're not.
No, it's because I wear gloves. Ox, that's why, mate.
Clever.
Yeah.
Fingernails are nice and clean.
Gee, those Heat Strip Outdoor Radiant Heaters go all right too. Don't worry about that.
Thrown back in. A few of these players could have been at Bunnings today, the way they've gone about their business.
Too many sausages.
Coming through was Caddy. Caddy got it out wide to Grigg. Looks and he decides to handball someone into hospital. They got away with it though. Cochin got it out to Edwards. Bad handball again. A lot of numbers around for Freo. Fifes away through the middle. Mundy had to give it off. Here's Hill. If he takes off, they won't get him. They got him though. They got him all right. Batchelor, beautiful goal-saving tackle.
No, it was Ox.
Batchelor in the middle of the ground has saved the day. He'll hook it out wide to Basher Hooley. Now the Tigers can have a crack.
So Basher gets it from Batchelor, centre wing, outer side, through the logo. Wants someone to come at him. No one does, so he just hoists it high. Pack develop. Revolt can't take the mark. Defensive fist. Chance on the outer side. Tucker goes inboard out of bounds. evading the tackler, just ducked over the line.
Have their tackles picked up in this quarter, boys? Because they 29 in the first half for the Tigers.
They're on 5 this quarter,
Yeah,
5 to 3.
They're on fire.
Been going 11 minutes in this quarter. 11 minutes this quarter. No one's even looked like kicking.
They've improved, Docs. You're
They're
right.
tackling machines.
Sandlands lays it down to Mundy. Wrapped up straight away by Edwards. Play on's the call. Kirsten overruns it. Cochin tries to farm it out to a man in a better position. He certainly was not. Jaden Shorten. He's wrapped up. We'll have another ball up.
Well, that's an example of the holding the ball rule being loosened a little bit. That was a red hot rule a couple of weeks ago, and now they're letting it go.
Sanderlands, brilliant to Neil. Who says rugby?
Oxted.
From the stoppage, they stream out of there because of Sanderlands. Ball goes in from Mundy. It's a dangerous territory. What a matchup this is. Fife and Rance. They called split it.
Well done, Fife.
McCarthy around the body. Gets the crumb and kicks one of the great goals of the game. Chisholm and Gaiman, goal of the day.
Wherever you go, say hello.
Great umpiring, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let the two good players play.
Well, the Chemistry House replay screen, the Richmond supporters are saying, why a free kick to Rance? I'm having a look at Fife and Rance. Nothing in that whatsoever. Nothing in it whatsoever.
No.
Just a great contest. Really good awareness from Fife. He knew if he took possession of the ball, Rance was going to tackle him, so he just tapped it out to his right play there, and a great finish from McCarthy. They deserve this lead now, Freo. They really do.
Danger time here for the Tigers. They're 13 points down, 12 and a half minutes gone, third term.
Biggest margin of the game, Ox.
Geez, they've got an opportunity here, Richmond. They've got a real opportunity to cement themselves in that top 4. Back in the middle. Up they go, Elton. Wins it down. Just trying to work his way through was Martin, who hasn't looked real sharp today. In fact, none of the mids have it at all, other than Hill and Walters.
Gee, they've been outstanding.
Here they are again.
Talk of the devil. Walters just got it out now. Now Freo. They're away. Langdon plays on. Hit to Pearce, who's been lively. Got Taverner over the top. It's a 50. It's a 50-metre penalty.
Play on.
He's called it back. It's against Corey Ellis.
There it is.
And the 50-metre penalty will go to Daniel Pearce. He'll be kicking from 25 out directly in front.
Taylor's doing a really good job.
Oh, that's not a 50.
No, that's about
a 35.
I tell you,
sorry, Spud.
handling on Rewalt has been outstanding. You wonder where Rewalt was. He kicked the first goal of the game.
Yep.
He's been unsighted. Handling is just a very underrated player.
I was just going to say, they've paid 50. It looks more like your 35s to 40s, but they were running into an open goal.
Yeah.
That's where the advantage should have been paid. You would have liked to have seen it, because I reckon they would have
he'll
6
still
points
kick
on
it
the board.
anyway.
Well, Pearce has had a couple of shots. Oh, you end up kicking it for about 45, but I reckon
Straight
he's put
through.
He has too.
This is
He's got the
dangerous.
7th on the board for the Dockers. They move on to 7-9-51. Richmond lamenting some of their decisions and fumbles and lack of willing to run. They're 5-2-32. Margin 19 points. There's a Chisholm and Gaiman goal of the day.
Wherever you go, say hello.
Spud, Nick?
Well, Freo's kicked 4 goals 2 from stoppages to 1 goal 1. So they're scoring a lot from the stoppages, but on the other side of the ground, being the Tigers, they're getting all their goals from turnovers. So it's 2 different styles of games being played at the moment. Finally, they're using the ball a little bit more calmly. At some point, I'll say it again, Spud, someone has to go to Michael Walters. He's too good a ball user. He's had 6 kicks, total of 7 touches in this quarter. He's just ripping them apart with his run and his ball use.
SEN 131-008, Silvertop Taxi scoreboard 7-9, plays 5-2. Again, Fremantle get clean hands from the restart. Blakely gets it to Spur.
Two missed tackles there.
Look at the run.
Oh, they're out the back. Oh, Fanning, the damn wall is in real danger here of collapsing completely. And it's another free kick to the Dockers. McCarthy, 65 out.
They just missed 3 tackles, and the tackle they made, the bloke didn't have the ball.
They've been soft today, Richmond. They've been actually soft today. McCarthy, top of the square. Taverner comes at it. 4 Tigers flew. Batchelor was at ground. In fact, it was Grimes. They handball it to no one, Spud. That's who. Pearce
panic.
Goes inboard. 2-on-1 here. The Dockers handling. Poised. Ibbotson, free kick against.
Yeah, Edwards did push him in the back. It was good play from Ibbotson. He shepherded Edwards out, but Edwards pushed him.
Ibbotson, generally a good thinker. Pops it to the top of the square. McCarthy gets a look at it. Taverner read it better than anyone in the air. Third man up, takes the mark. 30 out, 45-degree angle.
Well, they're asleep, Richmond.
Oh, they've been terrible, Ox.
They have been So ordinary.
On a day like this, they've had 7 scoring shots, boys.
They've had 7 inside 50s from one behind in this.
Can you please
wipe the cake off your mouth? Honestly.
I can't look at you.
He snuck in 2 more pieces while you guys were calling.
Looks like you've had a big night of 3 faces.
Taverner.
He's got the tiger whispers on.
Taverner comes in for his second. It looks pretty good off the boot. It's right through the middle. The first multiple goal scorer for the match is Taverner. They kicked 3 goals in 5 minutes here, the Dockers, and they had blown this one fair dinkum to the Shies. And 8-9-57, the Dockers, 5-2-32 Richmond. Really pretty pathetic stuff here from the Tigers.
Well, it's the run and carry. Have a look at the handballs here. 32-17. They're getting reward for effort to clearances now. We know Sandlands this quarter, Del, they're having impact with the clearances 8-2.
He's getting on the outside.
Yeah.
And that's something, sometimes you're aware of that as a midfield. You feel like we're getting exposed on the outside. I'd love to see the Tigers take a step back. Whatever Fremantle do, if they are going to win it, they're in front of them. They're inside. They can't spread them on the outside. They're just getting burnt too many times.
All right, have Richmond got any sort of spirit left? Can get it back pretty quickly. Nankervis, he might be the man to just give them a spark. Got it out of the centre, got it up towards Caddy, ran under the footy, and he was outgunned there by Walters. They drove it up now towards half forward. Up they go. Good work there for the Tigers by Alice. Ball hits the ground. Now they're running through Rance, who's been exceptional to Nankervis. Now to Grigg. Got the quick kick away. 2-on-2 inside 50. Hambling. And there it was Revolt. Hambling at ground level. He's beaten Revolt in the last 2 quarters. Walters was in trouble. Martin picks it up. Free kick. Free kick for too high. A disgraceful decision by the umpire.
Look at the Chemist Warehouse replay.
Oh my Lord, that's bad.
That's a shock.
That is the worst decision of the day.
That's a stinker.
Take it over.
That's a shock.
That is so bad.
Oh,
It's woken the crowd up.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Spoil Mother's Day with Delta by Delta Goodrum, 100 mil, just $49.99. If you haven't already at Chemist Warehouse.
Oh, it's so good.
The replay.
That is such a bad call.
Delta Goodrum's perfumes smell good. That decision stunk to high heaven.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Up they go.
They're heavily into flat-footed.
He was standing still, hardly expected at Cochin to Rance, who's never flat-footed.
Great chase.
It was a fantastic chase.
Still going.
Spot on.
Well, take a bow, Gray.
I don't know what Trent Cochin was thinking then.
He wasn't.
They're shell shocked at the moment, the Tigers.
They're on Mother's Day.
Rabbit in the spotlight he was.
Magnificent stuff from Gray, however. You heard Nick Del Santo calling it.
They swap jumpers with their mothers.
To Neil. Neil wheels around, goes to the pocket. He's got Kirsten out the back. Guy can take the mark. I thought he might have double clutched it. He did.
Well, just to explain that one, Andy, Kirsten actually looked around, and then the 2 Richmond defenders thought, nothing's happening, and he just took an easy mark. So this is just an amazing 15 minutes of footy. This could be Richmond's season unravelling right here.
I was going to say that. You don't want to take anything away from Fremantle.
No, right here.
But this is real worrying stuff for the Tigers.
5-zip they were at the start of the year.
This is 2016 footy.
Well, they've been played off the MCG right now. Kirsten will probably kick this.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's kicked it all
look
right.
at that, and he gives it to the Richmond crowd.
He's kicked it all right. He gets his second, and they're starting to line up now, the Dockers. They can sense that they have got a pretty weak opponent on the ropes here today, and they are making a mess of the home side. 9-9-63 the Dockers. 5-2-32 Richmond. Pathetic.
Well,
absolutely pathetic.
Well, Trent Cochin, he got the ball, he got the mark, and he just waltzed on off the mark. There was no acceleration. It's the story of their day, and it doesn't get any better because next week they play GWS Richmond, and after that, I think it's the Bombers who have got some really good form. So, they're worrying signs at the moment. They have just dominated through Walters, Kirsten, McCarthy, Spur. The guys at Richmond haven't looked like it. Alice hasn't touched the ball. Edwards, Rioli, Elton, Markoff, Asprey, all haven't touched the pill.
Well, back in the middle now. Caddy got it and fumbled it. 5 came through. So did Cochin. Martin said, I'll show you how to pick it up, but he was wrapped up in the tackle. Grigg tried to pick it up and he fumbled as well. Caddy did as well. So did Walters. Gray had a go. Caddy will have another go. He had a fresh airy. So Pearce said, While you're trying to kick it off the ground, I'll pick it up and give it out. Now Walters is away. They've got loose players everywhere. One of them is Blakely. Give it to Hill. He's at 50. He'll have a shot. Brad Hill over the top. Unselfish.
Should have went for goal.
Should have had a crack.
Hey, Nick, just watching once the ball got out of that area, then the Richmond blokes were standing still who were in the contest.
Yep, they're playing with flippers on.
They're getting outspread, and what that basically means is once the ball goes outside that first contest of the stoppage, the first out there are Fremantle players. There's white jumpers spreading to either wing and going forward. Hill, Walters again.
Another turnover for the Tigers as Taberner just out-bodies his opponent outer side of the ground. In ball to Piss. They are dead set lining up. They've got space everywhere. Inside forward, 50 here now. Gray finds Walters, 45 out directly in front. Not one Richmond opponent took any opponent accountability and responsibility at all then.
How many possessions has Walters had in this quarter?
He's had 12 work saves. But just the uncontested game, Del, they've had 40 more handball receives for the match, but the uncontested possessions, they've had 65 more. So the game and outside, they've owned outside the game.
That's a work rate as well. You've got to work your way to get there to receive those handballs.
He'll kick this. He's quality and he's on the top of his game at the moment. And he pushes it across the face.
Stop that?
Yeah, seriously.
This quarter for Heat Strip Outdoor Radio.
Better there today, Andy, with them.
Available now at Bunnings Stores, heatstrip.com.au. 9-11-65, the Dockers 5-2-34-32, the Tigers.
Rance just got it out. He went up towards Elton. Ball hits the ground. What are they going to do here? Good work. Castagna. Oh, another fumble. They're just fumbling all day. Another one there too. That came from Elton. They're trying to work it out now. They get it through. Good work, McIntosh. On to Butler. Wrapped up in the tackle. Elton's run on. Have a shot, big boy. Miss to the right. Elton. Big Todd Elton at 197. Just the ball to the foot is a long way. And missed by a fair bit. 5-3-33 Richmond. Freo 9-11-65. Margin is 32 points. We've travelled 22 and a half minutes. How many tackles in the third quarter?
8 to 13. 8 to Richmond, 13 to Freo. For contested ball, 18 to Richmond, 29.
Uncompetitive at best.
Unorganised.
Lambert handballs it into space as they try to make something happen.
I can sense urgency now.
Ellis, Martin around the body. He's brought it back too far from 35 out and it goes through for a behind. SEN 131 008 Silver Top Taxi scoreboard. Fremantle 9-11-65. Richmond 5-4-34. We've been going 23 minutes into this third quarter for Heat Strip Outdoor Radio and Heaters.
Langdon to Walters, who fed him.
Number 13.
He's been unbelievable. Oh, he tried to get the ball over the top. Looked for Johnson, didn't. Martin shrugged one tackle, gave it to Edwards. Edwards brings it inboard. Good kick. Found Elton. Big Todd Elton. Never ever kicked a goal.
Is that right?
In his life?
I would have thought so.
In 2017, he's kicked one in his career. Kicked one. Not this year, though. This is the year that counts for the Tigers.
You weren't that far off the mark.
Elton comes in. Got a long run up. Methodical. It's very Jack Revoldish. Gets close to man on the mark. Oh, no. And he's almost kicked that off his knee as it goes through for behind, and that is Yucky Town. Richmond 5-5-35, Freo 9-11-65, 24 minutes travelled. And that's too many for Richmond supporters to handle. You've got to take your opportunities when you get them.
Iverson gets the shoe off now.
8 tackles for this 24 minutes of the third quarter is a joke.
Hill's kick's cut off though. Reading that nicely was Edwards, who feels like he's trying to get involved in the game and do something in the dying stages of this third quarter. Goes to the top of the square. They've got numbers here, the Tigers.
Too easy.
But Spur just read it better than anybody else, Spud.
They don't want to put their body on the line, Richmond. They're waiting for someone else today.
Yeah, Andy, you're spot on. Edwards has had 3 touches this quarter.
There you go.
You've death thrown
25 minutes of footy.
No, the last couple of minutes, I reckon they've all come.
You've got a good feel for it. How's the market happened today, guys?
Gets it to Walters. He gets it to Ibbotson. To Gray, who's come into the game. He's probably had his second touch of the quarter. Gets it to Crozier. Wheels onto that left. Goes into the one-on-one. It's a good contest. And completely outpointing Fife was Grimes. And he takes a Glenn Cameron group mark of the day. That's another Cameron's can-do grab-ox.
Just too big and too strong for Fife was Grimes. Cochin goes in short to Greg. Do something, please, Greg. He does now. He goes over and long. He looks for Elton, who's been involved in the last couple of minutes. Ball hits the ground. Blakely, good work. Wrapped up in the tackle by Butler. Good job. And umpire says no, give it to me.
Walters off for a rest for Freo.
Walters is
up to 31 possessions. Walters. Brad Hill 23.
Just to tell Damien Hardwick, numbers 9 and number 10, they're getting a bit of it. Just to let them know.
How many pressure acts Shane Edwards?
Oh, he would have had plenty. Would have plenty. He's been electrifying.
More than he's had touches. Let's put it that way.
131008 Silver Top Taxi scoreboard 911 plays 5-5.
I'll tell you, won't be laughing. Damien Hardwick.
Oh no.
He would be seething. Oh, I don't think he saw this coming today.
Tabernar got it down. Edwards. Oh, he's on fire. Got it. Drove it up towards a one-on-one and going back with Johnson.
This is pathetic.
He's just too big for Elton.
Yeah.
And
too quick as well, Ox.
Big Johnson on half-back for Freo. We'll just go long down the line up towards Sandilands and Tabernar. Sandilands did really well because he blocked out, but coming up was Revolt. He wants to get his hands dirty. Lockie Neal at ground level, good. Just slammed it onto his boot. Look for the boundary line. It might stay in. Umpire says deliver it.
No, he couldn't do it.
Got him.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, his bloke loves it.
No, seriously. They've been good this week, the umpires, but he just couldn't help himself.
All right, McIntosh has got it now.
Gee. Well, what else could he do there?
They've got a good zone on here, Freo. They've got to have to kick it long.
Big Sandy, look at this.
Big Sandy! He had a second grab, didn't take it. Martin at ground level did, though. He took it and off he went. Cochin, got to get rid of it, did. Over the top. Oh, coming through. Hughes, good work. Handballs away to Caddy. Caddy has a shot at goal. It's through. It's through.
Shepherding.
From nowhere!
No, it's a Shepherd.
Disallowed! Take it back! Goal disallowed! Siren goes pandemonium here.
Look at Rewell.
You can't believe it.
Look at Rewell.
We'll have a look at the Chemist Warehouse. Here it is. That's fair enough.
Oh, that's a disgraceful decision for the umpire. That's a goal.
What is wrong with that?
That's a goal.
That is another stinker.
You're saying he didn't make any contact, Rewell?
No, I'm saying the umpire had a man.
Shepherded through.
Did you say that was a free kick, though?
I think
What's happening to you?
What do you mean, though? He's allowed to shepherd a vote.
You're on medication in your head, Carl.
It's not in the back.
Let's throw to an ad break, eh?
It's not in the back, so what is it?
Three-quarter time here at the MCG. Freo 9-11-65, Richmond 5-5-35. After the break, we'll take a look at the stats for WorkSafe and the leading players on the ground for tyre power.
Gee, we had a look at that disallowed goal right on the siren a couple of times on the Chemist Warehouse replay. Spoil Mum. This Mother's Day, that's today, of course, with Delta by Delta Goodrem Home, just $49.99 at Chemist West. Didn't appear to be much in it. Might have given Richmond just a little bit of a pep in their step at three-quarter time. As it is, it's Fremantle by 30 points in the final break. The opening bounce of the final quarter. Not too far away for Voost. Isotonics dissolves in water in minutes. Before we hear from the boys up here, Brett Thomas. For actionvictoria.com.au, business coaching that gets results. Any news from down there, mate?
Well, Damien Hardwick spent almost the entire break moving magnets on his board. Obviously, they have to change something to get back into this game. Trent Cotchin tried to fire them up before Damien Hardwick came over for the last 30 seconds. Rotations 64 to 66. And for Sleep Dentistry in Melbourne, no injuries to report at three-quarter time.
Thanks, mate. Well, it looks like Batchelor's going to start forward. Martin looks like he's going to start forward as well for the Toyota Material Handling key matchups. What are we thinking, boys? Are they any chance at all, Richmond?
No, 13 players without a tackle that quarter, which is just amazing. Only 9 for the quarter. Walters, 14 disposals in that quarter, was absolutely outstanding. All Freo for mine, Andy. I just can't believe the way Richmond are playing, Del.
No, I'm with you, Spud. They're going to need a little bit of a miracle here, and if they're moving the magnets around, maybe something might change with it.
Could be one of their great victories, or it could be one of their horrible losses here this afternoon for Richmond, because they're in a real predicament. They're 30 points down at three-quarter time. Nankervis got it forward for them. Up towards Martin, who's playing centre-half forward. He'll go at the footy. He's clean, he's strong, and he's good. Picks it up, turns around, goes into Rioli! Good work, Dustin Martin. Good mark, Daniel Rioli. And he'll have a shot from right on the 50. And if ever the Tigers have needed one, boys, this is it.
Has he got the distance?
Yep.
Got the leg on it?
Yep,
okay.
He can kick.
Okay.
Saw him on the run.
What do you reckon, Andy?
No, I don't reckon he has.
All right, watch this. He'll
Andy hasn't been
through the middle.
all day.
He will now. He will now.
Rioli kicking towards the Richmond cheer squad. Comes in. Oh, he's got a beautiful leg, Andy. He's got a beautiful leg, Andy Moore! Oh! Rioli! I see Trout behind the goals. He's going off. 24 points is the margin. 41-65. That's on the SEN Jack Links jerky Andrew Marr scoreboard.
I just wanted that goal to go through for the game.
What
That's
a beautiful kick from a little man.
Well, to say they needed that one, Spud, to start this quarter was an understatement, but every now and then you just need somebody to stand up. He's a little fellow. It was a good mark. He was under a little bit of pressure. Great work by Dusty Martin. He was running to his left, had the composure about 70, 75 from goal to say, no, I'm going to swing it, bring it back into the corridor. But it's all about the finishing. Yep. That's where they are. They're going to win it or lose it today. They're only down by 4 goals, so they are a chance. It's they need a lot to go their way, though.
Final quarter for Super Groups. Your number 1 Kubota construction dealer. Back in the middle. Sandilands hacks it out of there, smothered. Blakely gets it going forward as well. Brandon Ellis stands up. Handballs to nobody. Bounce to the footy favours Cochin, however. To Nan Curvis. Through the middle. Got to kick it, Grigg. He does in the nick of time. It's going to pitch. 30 out from goal. Short had half a look at it. Now there's a chance. Castagna, top of the square. Pack fly blocking in the marking contest. Umpire said no. Docker's got the numbers. It comes out to Langdon. He kicks it out on the full. Richmond are having a go here.
You can just feel it, can't you, Spud? You can feel it already. They're desperate. They're pushing hard forward.
Where's it been up until now, though?
How many tackles last quarter for the Tigers?
I think it was a total of 9.
Gee whiz.
13 players there to tackle Ox.
Castagna from 55. That's a poor kick. Misses to the near side. He should have gone to the top of the square. And offhands goes through for a behind. Richmond 6-6-42.
Let off
Fremantle 9-11-65 on the SEN Jack Links jerky scoreboard feed your wild side.
In short to Blakely. He's short to Hill. That went about 4 metres. Hill's got it, and he's had his own footy out there at times today. Up towards Crozier. Pearce got to pick it up. He did. Went back to Crozier. He's got 5 fronting. Missed a handball because it got cut off by Grigg. Now they're away. The Tigers, they were away, but they couldn't quite get it out. McIntosh is there to Edwards, to Grigg. Slams onto his boot. Drives it inside, attacking 50. Revolt needs to bounce. Goes one way, and it could be deliberate. Well played, Jack. Well played, Jack.
How can that be deliberate?
What are you talking about?
On the full.
No, it could be on the full.
Okay.
Into his boot. Watch Chemist Warehouse replay.
No,
just got his
good call, Ox. I
thought
thought you said deliberate. Yeah, off the leg. Yep, sorry.
In a thigh. No,
He
was
did.
it deliberate?
He did say that.
You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologise. Walters wrapped up. He didn't get rid of it. The umpire said that's okay. Rioli over the top of the footy. Picked it up, jumped up, got it out. Elton can't. They'll have a ball up 25 out. Richmond cheer squad into the game. The crowd's into it. They trail by 23 points. We've only gone 4 minutes, second half, final quarter.
Chance for the Tigers again. Edwards has been massive since halfway through the third quarter. Tries to farm it out to Rioli. Offhands out of bounds. Deliberate, they want the call. Oh, it's not forthcoming.
Well, they're owning territory at the moment. Freo just needs some territory. It's played on Richmond's terms, obviously, in the minute, but you'd have to ask, where was this intensity for the first 3 quarters?
Spot on. Sandilands thumps it about 45 metres out of the danger zone. It's coming back in. McIntosh, good ball. Big pack. Up they go. Johnson's been good. Takes a defensive mark on the second bite.
Well, Freo just need to take the game on. I just hope they just don't go back and try and slow the game down, because that means every time they turn the ball over, Richmond will just ping it back the other way. So they need to play with some flair again, Freo.
Blakely short. Back to Johnson.
Well, Fife was just telling Tabernar to get out of the way, and then Tabernar wouldn't listen.
Plays on now. Clears defensive 50. Up they go. Terrific mark.
Wow.
Great grab.
Gee, Langdon's been a play today, Dell. I reckon he's played a beauty, this young fella.
He's one of the guys that you mentioned, the young guys coming through, giving him a little bit of excitement, a bit of youth. Doesn't know where he's going to go with his kick, though. Play safe, young fella, down the line.
That's exactly what he does in the end. Into a 3-on-2. Richmond have got the numbers. Rance has got the footy, but unfortunately for him and the Tigers, the boundary line beats them all.
That's a good result for Freo, though. That's where you want it.
You'd have to ask why Castagna didn't spoil the ball either, by the way, on that marking contest.
Final quarter for Super Groups. Your number 1 Kubota construction dealer.
What do you do when you're behind, Spud?
Well, you got to spoil, mate, or at least give him an ear massage.
Up it goes. Sandilands wins it down. Gave it off. Fife wrapped up in the tackle. Got rid of the footy. Now Martin got him. He drove it in towards the middle of the ground. Good kick. Good mark. Kick. Well played there. Good taken by Short. He plays on. They're moving now. The Tigers. Batchelor moves it. He's got a player inside. Reaver!
Johnson!
Johnson came back with the one pluck-a-duck arm. Got in the way. Good work to Pearce. Now they're trying to get it out. Hambling wrapped up. They're tackling now, boys. 9 in the third quarter.
About 4 already, Ox.
Well, they're doing well. Pearce got it. Up they go. Beautiful play there by Grigg, who came back. Lockie Neal wrapped up. Basher Hawley got in. What's the umpire going to say?
No.
Basher!
He's got to ball it up.
No prior.
No prior.
Good decision. Gee, it was a good bit of play there too by
How did he get rid of it?
Hughes. He didn't get rid of it. Umpire gave him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Margin, 23 points.
The Chemist Warehouse replay, we just saw Michael Johnson's one hand efforts just saved him a goal for sure.
Now Curvis goes short and big Jackie Revolt pops up out of nowhere.
Inside 50s, boys.
7-0 this quarter for WorkSafe.
Well, this is a massive kick. He looked dangerous early. Hamling's had him well and truly covered since then. But they are pressing here.
Hey, BT, has Cotchin been on the pine for the whole start of this quarter?
Yeah, he has, Ox. Yeah, he's just about to come on now, though.
Okay.
So Revolt will kick from about 48. On about a 45, maybe just worse than a 45.
Will he kick it, Andy?
I'm not going to say a word. He'll kick
straight
it.
through.
No, he'll kick it.
He'll kick it.
Just a matter of how accurate it is.
In he comes. It's on its way now. He loves it, Jackie Revolt. And the Tigers have got a foot out of the grave. They were dead and buried at three-quarter time, but they are finding a way to stay alive somehow. Fremantle 9-11-65. Richmond 7-6-48. SEN Jack Links Jerky scoreboard.
Well, they need a centre clearance now, Freo. It's as simple as that. I think Rossi's put his A-team in there. He's got Fife, he's got Walters, he's got Mundy and Sanderland. So he's gone to his A-team. He'll be aware of anyone else that they need to get some territory now, Freo. It's been predominantly played in Richmond's forward half for the first 7.5 minutes for 7 inside 50-0.
All right, Walters has got his right calf now heavily strapped. We'll keep an eye on that. Sanderland's up against Dan Curvis. Comes down. Martin tried to kick it out of the air. He got a bit of foot onto it. Fife wrapped it up, though. He got it, and then they gave it back to Grigg, and Grigg was looking for Martin. He turns around, he gets around Sanderlands with ease. Surprise, surprise. Out he goes up towards...
Free kick,
Caddy! Josh Caddy's won himself a free!
Oh.
Tiger Army marching now!
8 minutes gone on the air conditioning warehouse sales clock. Get Melbourne's best air conditioning prices. Air conditioning warehouse sales, critical time of this last quarter.
Kicking from 50, boys.
Clearances 5-1 this quarter.
7 tackles already for Richmond. They only had 9 for the whole third quarter.
Walters coming off for Freo.
Thank you. Dallin Spud.
He'll kick this.
First-rate car loans. Here he comes. Caddy. Distance might be an issue. He kicks from 50.
Beautiful.
Oh! Tigers!
Where's this come from?
Where have you been? The margin's 11 points. We've only travelled 9 minutes and they are up. He's got 2. Boys, where has this been?
Oh, it's just amazing. It's clearances, Dal. They're dominating the clearance. They've got territory. It's 8 inside 50-0. Again, the centre clearance. It's going to be super important. Blakely's coming for Walters now.
Final quarter for Super Groups, and Richmond have kicked the first 3 goals in the first 9 minutes. And they have come from nowhere. This did not look likely. Anyone see this hat coming in?
No,
Andy, no.
If anyone's going to do it, Andy, it's the Tigers when they get this momentum. Finally, someone's turned up to watch the last quarter. The crowd's talking.
Dell and Spud for first-rate car loans. Are they going to be seeing a little famous Richmond victory here? We're about to find out. Rioli's been lively around the footy all day. Ignores Caddy. Goes into the pocket. Martin!
He's a good player, Martin. He started the quarter in the middle. Got a couple of clearances, then he flips forward. What a weapon.
What about Rioli's
What about the kick?
Clean, wasn't he?
All right, Dusty, you got to step up to the plate here, big boy.
Straight through.
He's kicked 1 in the second quarter, and all their big guns are getting involved. Rioli's kicked 1, Caddy's kicked 1, Revolt's kicked 1. Can Martin join the queue and bring this back?
Does he kick it, Andy? Does he kick it?
He'll kick this off.
Straight through.
Don't worry about that. He'll kick from 47. It's on its way. It's on its way! Across the face. Just. SEN Jack Links Jerky scoreboard. Feed your wild side. They are coming, the Tigers.
Haven't been inside 50 this quarter.
9-11-65, 8-7-55. 10.5 gone.
They got the Great Wall of China up here. The Tigers, they got 18. Rioli! Oh, he chased. Didn't get there. McCarthy's going to fly. Forgot to jump. Put his hands up. McIntosh at ground level. Back to Cotchin. To Grimes, to McIntosh under pressure. Just needs a bounce. It's 2-on-1. Elton's out on his own, gives the handball away. Not the best one to Butler. Turns one way, goes the other. Back to Rance, centre wing. He's asked a question. Gave it back to Butler. Slams it on his boot inside 50. Where are the markers? Oh, up they went. Elton was one of them.
Too high.
Should have been a free kick, and it was.
To Weller, Ox, beautifully called.
Lockie Weller free kick and just settles the things down here for Freo. They are under enormous pressure.
Aaron Sandilands coming off for a rest. He absolutely needs it. He went for that contest on centre wing and did not move for the next minute and a half. He's cooked.
Final quarter for Super Groups. Hill goes short to Neil. They're under serious siege here now, the Fremantle Dockers. They've controlled this game.
Well, haven't been past the centre for the whole quarter, Andy.
They're hugging the boundary line now too, Danny. They go down the line. Kirsten's gone out of the game, as have all the Docker forwards.
It's always hard when you're chasing to get your nose in front. You can often get close, but you've got to get that goal in front.
Been going 11 minutes 51 seconds time in forward half. Exactly that for Richmond.
Nankerv is on. He's moved forward for Richmond with Sandilands just getting some work done on his lower back with the physios.
Yeah, Johnson will have to pick him up to a key match-up for Toyota Material Handling. Thrown in front of the interchange gates. It was a shallow throw-in. Caddy tries to bust through. Got it outside of his boot to it off the ground. Goes Hill, but doubling back is Grimes. Takes the mark. Half back for the Tigers.
Going to have to go down the line here.
He's been okay in a couple of sort of one-on-ones with Fife, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been good.
He just kicks it high into a 2-on-1. Tabbing it, got hands on it. Wrapped up by Caddy, good enough to get a handball away to Hill. He's ushered over the line by Corey Ellison. Will have a throw in. Ever so slightly, Fremantle's attacking side of centre wing. Final quarter been going nearly 13 minutes. 9-11-65 the Dockers, 8-7-55 the Tigers.
These are the games you need to win if you're going to make finals. For Richmond, desperately need to get themselves back in front. Cochin picked it up and it was smothered beautifully by Hill, who needs a rest. And Daniel Pearce comes on and takes his spot. Edwards back on as well, and now Dougie Wild was just waiting to make his way back onto the ground.
Well, credit to Damien Hardwick at three-quarter time. He's evened up the numbers. They often push one of their forwards around the back of the stoppage to have an extra at the stoppage, therefore one less forward. They've got 6 forwards.
Got it down to Edwards and Greg, and he missed a handball. Missed it by a long way. Spurs there. Lockie Neal's there. He's wrapped up in the tackle. He tried to fend away. Gray's picked up, gave it to Mundy. Oh, there's been a couple of dubious ones there. To Pearce, to McCarthy, who drove it inside, attacking 50. Going back was Ranson 5. And a beautiful mark taken by Ranson. Five's been beaten one-on-one many times this afternoon.
It's a good call, Spud. It was just head off the shoulders, wasn't it?
I was going to say, he hasn't been beaten. The ball hasn't been to his advantage. They've been kicking it over his head. He's playing in front.
That's a good point. So they go long and strong to half forward again, the Tigers. Caddy and Revolt in the 2-on-2. Hambling goes to ground. Caddy doesn't. Gets the handball. He had one over the top. Castagna, but the long arms of Michael Johnson batted it down. It goes out of bounds, 60 out. The Tiger Army, they have been quiet all day. They've come alive now, so has their footy team. Approaching the halfway mark of this final quarter. They've kicked the only 3 goals of the final term. Nankervis went looking for Cochin at ground level. Edwards couldn't get a handle on it. Pearce can. Hurried ball. Who's in the way? Guess who? Rance. Cuts inboard. Handball over the top to Hooley. Buys a bit of time. Wheels onto the left. Got a couple in front of the interchange gates. One of those is Corey Ellis. Crowder urging him to go on. Take the space in front of the young man. Waits for someone to come at him. Castagna, good hands. Can't take the mark. Wrapped up. Good magnificent tackle by Hughes. They're under pressure now. The kick out of defence bounces, goes out of bounds. Let it throw in.
They've softened that rule, Spud.
Well, have a look at the Chemist Warehouse replay screen. It's a magnificent tackle from Hughes.
Throw in.
That's holding the ball.
Every day of the week, Del. Nankervis with a big fist. Off the interchange gate straight away. Favoured Greek, got to get rid of it. Sutcliffe wrapped him up. Edwards, instrumental. Castagna, can't get the footy out. Road to tackle. Gets it to Greek. Bounced it inside forward 50. Revolt traps it magnificently. On the left. Around the body, Jack. Needs a bounce. It's going to go across the face through from behind.
How clean.
That was incredible. 11 inside 50s to 1.
3 goals, 3 this quarter, Spud, as a result.
Who do you reckon wins from here, boys?
You'd have to say Richmond.
9-11-65, 8-8-50, 6-15 minutes gone. SEN Jacklin's jerky scoreboard.
It's like a tidal wave.
Freo hold on, I reckon, Ox.
All right, the Dockers. They want to bring it back in. Up they go. Crozier got up a mile. Just dropped it as it hit the ground. Greg, he was there, and so was Ellis. He sat on Ellis's head. Gee, it's a good leap. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse replay. Oh, he got the second lift too. Oh, it should have been paid.
Hey, for work's sake, what's Cochin done in the last quarter, boys?
Cochin is looking at...
He wasn't on for
3.
the first 6
He's
minutes.
had 1 kick, 2 handballs.
And he's off again.
Yeah, good on you, BT.
There might be something wrong with him. Nankervis just pushed Taverner straight in the back. Edwards got it, drove it inside. Gee, drop mark there. It was against Castagna. He has a snap at goal, just stays inside. Doesn't go out of bounds on the full, but it does go over. We'll have a throw-in, 20 metres around from Richmond's goal. They're pushing, 8-8-56 the Tigers. Freo 9-11-65, 16.5 minutes gone. This quarter for Super Groups.
12 inside 50s to 1.
20 out from the Tiger goal. They are pressing hard. Tucker hacks it out of there. Terrific stuff from Asprey. Worked in front. McCarthy sweater on a ball, just went behind. Good call, Danny Frawley.
Well, have a look at the tackles now, guys. They've had 10 already, Richmond. They had 9 in the third quarter. That's mindset.
Asprey wants someone to come at him. He goes to the top of the square. Up they go. Terrific mark from Hamling.
He's been good.
Jeez, he's good.
Yeah,
He's really impressed me today, Spud.
They've just got to play on a bit more there, Freo. They've got to take the game on. You're not going to save it.
That's what they're doing now. Chain of handballs. Ends up with Spur. Kicks it out of defensive 50 into a 2-on-2. Markov doesn't want to keep his eyes on the footy. Eventually does. McIntosh, great gather at the bootlace. Gives it to Martin. Wrapped up. Poor footy smarts from McIntosh. The umpire let him play. Martin dropped the footy. Hack it off the ground. It goes out.
Well, he's fended off.
He tried to fend off, and
if
he got tackled 3 times and then dropped it.
Yeah, if you fend off, it means you've had prior.
And then how did Martin get rid of it?
Look, he fended. He fended off.
Martin off for Cochin.
Chemist Warehouse replay.
2 mares the umpires
They're getting caught up in this, I think, a little bit, the umps there.
No doubt.
Ball in front of us, half forward. Now Curtis gives it to Grigg. Grigg now, top of the square, 2-on-2. Revolt pushing and shoving. Ground level caddy, sweating on Johnson. Chance for Lambert off the ground. Weller, handball, Hamling, Sutcliffe, Rioli sweating. Kick comes out,
done.
Good stuff. Tucker
Well done,
takes
Sutcliffe. Beautiful kick. Didn't have a long option there because the Tigers had pushed it across. Got a little dinky kick out with the left foot. That was well played.
Tucker goes in short, just working their way out of defensive 50.
They can get out here, Freo.
They can. Got to move it quick. They can now. Good
Big
work.
Sandy just
going
on.
through is Langdon. He's got to loosen Neil. Got to go. Sandys is on. Just got to take a risk here, Freo. They got Walters, who's been very good. They're at centre wing. He wants to move it on now. Cochin's not 100% to Langdon. Drives it up towards attacking 50. Mundy! Oh, up he went. Sandiland's crumbing.
All right.
Unusual.
And look at this.
Rants.
What a superstar.
It's been very good. Wrapped up. Kirsten got him. Got rid of it. Gray.
Here it
Give
is.
it off. McCarthy just needs the ball to land. Did it. Over the top, and it ran through
Two
from
in the
behind.
goal square.
Richmond 8-8-56, Freo 9-12-66, 10 points to the margin on the SEN Jacqueline's jerky scoreboard.
Brandon Ellis kicks it to himself and plays on 2 bounces, runs 35 away from the goal. He's defending, then kicks into a 1-on-1. Terrific stuff. No mark. Rioli legged. Play on's the call. Are they going to take the advantage? The umpire says play on. Rioli was legged. Short. Tries to get past Tucker. Does with a bounce. Goes in towards half forward. The kick was putrid. And the mark taken by Neil.
He's got to switch the ball here, Neil.
Play on's the call. Goes one way, then the other. He's got Walters inside. That's where he goes. He's got Blakely laterally in the other halfback. On the other halfback flank goes to Johnson short. Can go back to Walters. He's just about been BOG, this bloke. Goes wide to Stephen Hill. That
to
is
his running partner.
Bradley Hill, I should say. Magnificent kick.
They're waxing, aren't they, today?
Well, these guys haven't had a share for a month. They must stink. No one has gone near them at all.
Hill goes towards half forward. Back and back was McIntosh off hands. McCarthy out of bounds. We'll have a throw in about 75 out from the Fremantle goal. 31,200 is the official attendance today.
Not a bad crowd around the grounds, Dell.
Around the grounds, Gold Coast 6, Port Adelaide just the one behind. 14 and a half to go in the first quarter.
Thanks to McGregor Portables here at the MCG. It's the Tigers trailing by 10 points to Freo. Going back was wonderful there. It was Hughes. He's been brave all day. Freo, they just want to drive it up towards 5. Good grab. Great grab in front of Ellis.
They just need a goal, Freo, don't they?
You'd feel like it'll just take the wind out of the Tigers.
They need a goal.
Let's give it off to Walters. Walters drives it inside, attacking 50. Up they flew Taverner, and McIntosh got it away. 40 metres out over the boundary line.
Gee, Michael Johnson's been terrific this quarter. 7 disposals. Gee, he's been good down back as well.
21 minutes gone. Opportunity here for Fremantle just to give breathing space back Sandilands got it down to Walters. He gave it to Pearce. Pearce smothered by Edwards. They're away here, the Tigers. Edwards, he wants someone to go to.
Ibbotson.
He had no one to go to. Ibbetson's back for Fremantle. He's the bounce. Martin scared him. He saw his tats and he got away. Martin, don't argue. Another one. He got around two. He'll go in short. The rebound.
What a play.
Beautiful play.
Dustin Martin.
Dusty Edwards. It all worked. It just all worked.
My man.
Your man, Edwards' smother.
How good's Edwards been?
He's had 7 this quarter.
Yeah, but Edwards'
been good.
smother.
That smother.
That could win the game.
All right.
Come on, Andy, does he kick it?
I'm not saying
that's a
Come on,
straight
Andy.
through.
He'll
Put him on the
Straight
lawn,
through.
mate.
he'll kick this.
40 metres out. 40-degree angle. Comes in. Deliberate. Listen to the crowd.
Tiger Army.
They'll tell you what happens.
Oh, no.
Oh, he stabbed at it.
Can you believe
That's what happens.
Pokey.
That wasn't his
He
right
missed.
runner.
No.
Pokey.
Oh,
He tried to
gee.
steer it through, did Jack?
Have a look at Dustin
What about
Martin
Dustin on the Chemist Warehouse replay, Spud?
He's just a fend off.
Don't
Everton
argue.
Everton knew it was coming, but he still couldn't handle it.
You just got to corral him.
Yeah,
Just
9 points.
put him on his opposite foot.
Revolt has to kick that goal.
Yeah, it wasn't his right approach.
Johnson kicks it out. Taberner 2 bites, couldn't take the mark. Tigers got the numbers at ground level. Caddy whacking his
Good
way through some
strength.
traffic, does well. Revolt
he can
playing
kick
in
this.
front. Marks 48 metres out.
I reckon he'll kick this one. This is a harder kick. He's got to get the momentum through the ball.
McIntosh is free.
He'll kick from outside 50, Spud.
I'd rather him. He knows what he did wrong the last one. He just had no momentum through the ball, and he's got to get momentum through the ball because he's kicking from 52.
So this will make it
Will
a
he kick it, Andy?
3-point game. Shut
Andy?
up, Ox.
Straight through
He'll
this
kick
one.
from 52.
No, he'll get this one. He'll kick this one. Oh, he's hooked
In
out.
he comes. He's hit it
Oh, look
pretty
at that.
nicely.
Oh,
That
look
is
at
as
that.
pure as it gets, Jack.
Have a look at that.
You don't give him 2, he'll might miss the first, but he'll get you with the second. And we've got a 3-point game here at the MCG. Fremantle 9-12-66. Revolt's got 3. The Tigers 9-9-63. Final quarter for Supergroups.
The smother.
Yep.
Smother from Edwards. If Richmond win this game, I'm sure it'll be talked about all week. Damien Hardwick will talk about it. The tackles, Richmond have had 12 this quarter. The contested ball, they've had 31 to 23. 16 inside 50s for 3, 4 goals for. Freo need to score. They need to get a goal. They're not going to save the game. They've tried to save it. They need to take the game on right now.
All right, the men in yellow are starting to surround the ground, so we know it's less than 4 minutes or 5 minutes left to play. Over the top was Walters. Now
Another
Curvis
clearance.
got it to Cochin. He drove it inside.
Andy's man.
Edwards, Andy Barr Edwards comes in. He wants to
look
give
at
it off. Richmond. Oh, they can be in front.
Oh, this is amazing.
They can be in front.
Well, they will be.
3.5 minutes left to play. The Tigers can go to the lead.
Unbelievable.
Grigg.
17 inside 50s to 3.
He's kicked 6 goals this year. The left footer.
Clearances 13 to 4, Richmond's favour.
If ever the
Nick Curtis,
Tigers
he's been
have
massive,
needed
Nick
a goal. Sean Grigg, dead in front, kicks from 46, comes in, missed. Oh well, he kicked that long.
Well, if I was Freo, I'd go long down the middle. I reckon they're going to go short. He's put the ball in the air. I think this is a set play from Freo.
That means he's coming out wide.
It's coming
That's a
to
long kick to
Coming
the
out to
boundary.
Sandy.
Coming to Sandilands.
We used to do that one under
100%.
Rossi line.
9-12 plays
12.
9-10, 25 gone.
Oh!
Sandy!
He needs to hold up here because there's no forwards resetting, so he'll wait and go long down the line again.
Nick Del
Oh,
Santo
Walters is there.
told us what was going to happen. Everybody knew, but they couldn't stop it. He goes to centre wing. Rance tries to get there. Taberner has a
great
couple of
mark.
bites of it. Takes a
Oh, gotta
very
go.
good
Turn
mark.
around.
Turn around,
Turn
Taberner.
around.
Too late.
They lead by 2 points.
That was silly from Taberner.
What are they trying to
Look
do?
at this, look at
Are they
this.
holding
Oh, no.
on?
You
Filling the
know
hole. Grimes, he'll turn defence into attack.
When you're over 195,
Yeah.
you can't think.
Well, Taberner, how dumb's that? Hill was on his own.
Oh.
Then he goes to him by the time 2 players are on him.
Down the line into the Sandilands area at ground level. Hitting it hard is Langdon, so was Hughes. Edwards gets the handball out the back. He's got a couple, Asprey, Hawley. They bump into one another, confuse the situation. Ball goes out of bounds, centre wing. Couple of minutes to go, final quarter. Fremantle 9-12-66, Richmond 9-10-64.
All right, chance here. Centre wing. Sandilands versus Nankervis.
Freo put extras behind the ball, guys. 2 behind the ball for Freo.
Good work by Sandilands. Got it down. Blakely wrapped up there. Cochin tried to tackle him up. Langdon was there as well. Wrapped up. Oh, Richmond have got the ball out in front. Martin picks it up. Wrapped up in the tackle. Good work. Nice work. Pearce came through, picked it up. Lockie Neal slams onto his boot. Oh, Walter's got it. He hit his chest. Comes through again. Blakely trying to keep it alive. Picks it up. Gets around one. They're out here, Gray. You've got to go, Gray.
50.
Go back. Just go back and take your time down.
All right, Gray's marked at centre half forward.
You go long down the line to Kirsten and...
Oh, it's a free kick. It's against...
It is down here at the ball, Gray, where the ball is.
No, it'll be here. It'll be where Martin is.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
It is. And they've turned him over here.
Who's it against?
Crozier in the goal square.
20 left. Caddy's got the ball now. Centre wing, they've got to move it. It's a good kick. Who's going to come out at 5? He showed courage. Didn't take it. Got it out now, Blakely. They're running now, Johnson. They're in trouble. Martin got it. Out to Cochin. He'll drive it inside 50. Gave it to Rioli instead. Rioli inside.
Here it is.
1-on-1. Got a mark.
He's fumbled it.
It's over the boundary. It's not a mark.
It's a boundary
It's
throw
not
in.
a mark.
It's a boundary throw in. He fumbled the ball over the line.
Spot on, Spud. He's had a couple of chances late here.
Look at that, Kevin Showers replay screen. First grab, then fumbled over the line. Great decision.
Yep.
Throw in, 25 out from the Richmond goal. There can't be much longer to go.
Numbers everywhere here.
What can they do? Sandilands drops
Great
it down.
tap.
Johnson wrapped up. Richmond have got a chance. Castagna got a hand on it. Over the top of it goes Pearce. They get it out, Lambert Martin. Chance for Butler. They said, I'll get you, Butler. He's not coming out. We're going to have a ball up 35 out now directly in front.
All Freo players are in the defensive 50.
I don't want to know how long there is, Ox. Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
I reckon it's about...
Don't tell us.
Don't tell us.
Chance, ball in dispute. Weller,
no.
it comes out. Lambert, kick smothered. Going to play on. 5 goes in. Sutcliffe can't get a handle on it. Ellis, out of the congestion.
Oh, no.
Brandon Ellis.
Oh, can you believe this?
Goal. The Tigers are in front.
Oh, they're going to win.
Can you believe it?
They're all running to the other end, guys. They know there's not long left.
Out of nowhere. The ball was bouncing around all over the place.
Look at Ross Lyon.
Brandon Ellis snaps it out of nowhere and he kicks it from 35 and Richmond's in front. 10-10-70 the Tigers. Fremantle 9-12-66.
Yeah, it was just a cough up for, I think it was Lockie Neal with the great tackle.
Well, there is time, boys. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, we'll have a look what's behind the
They
ball.
need to be good and they need to be solid. Ball in the middle. The Tigers lead by 4. They trailed by 28,
I think it was the biggest margin.
31, I reckon.
31 it was, so
there you go.
3/4 time.
Sandilands up, ball down. Sandilands didn't get it, but Neal's got it out of the centre. He'll have a shot. Drives it in, ball.
Here it is.
Monday!
Monday! Oh my God!
He's knocked! Monday is
He'll be after the
knocked!
siren.
35 metres out.
Oh my God!
40-degree angle. David Mundy can sink. Siren's gone.
What a game!
He can sink the Tigers. Oh, David Mundy.
Oh,
No bigger kick in this experienced player's life.
I'm going to back him in, Del.
I've got out. He's done it before.
I'm going to back it in.
David Mundy.
It's a big angle, though.
He's got 18 players on the mark.
Ordinarily, he'd want to run around here.
Well, you can't.
He's 7 steps inside the boundary line. 35 out. He comes in. David Mundy.
He's got it!
He's kicked the goal.
What a kick!
He's kicked the goal.
What a kick!
The Tigers are down. They're done.
What a game!
Fremantle have got out of the jail.
Oh,
What a win. What a win.
Who said this was a boring game?
You
Look
will
at the
never
Richmond
see
supporters.
a finish like that from Richmond. They were dead and buried. They got up, they got in front, and now David Mundy has stuffed it up for Richmond.
Richmond were in front for 22 seconds.
Final scores.
What a game.
Fremantle
Can you believe
10-12,
that?
72. Richmond 10-10-70.
That's so good.
we're going to have there's a fair bit to dissect here in the last 30 seconds of that game.
That was
Fremantle 10-12-72, Richmond 10-10-70, 2 goals to Mundy, Taberner and Kirsten, singles each to Pearce, Fife, Hill and McCarthy, 3 goals to Revolt, 2 to Josh Caddy, singles to Martin, Ellis, Rioli and Castagna. Now, Dell and Spud, we haven't seen the Chemist Warehouse replay the final 30 seconds here yet. But to my eye, there were about 6 or 7 Richmond players forward of the ball here. Why wasn't every Richmond player down behind the footy?
The other point of that, Andy, you're absolutely spot on. But 2 Richmond players had to be on the line of the square, so Lockie Neal couldn't run through and had to kick the ball high. Lockie Neal got the ball bounced and could dart the ball into Mundy. So you have the extra players in Richmond just standing there, a couple off the line to corral that kick so it goes high, and then the Rance comes over and spoils it.
You know, that is the second time David Mundy has done that to Richmond.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Kicked the goal after the siren to beat the Tigers.
Yep. He did it at the other end of the ground. I think it was about 45, 50 out from goal, right in front.
Actually,
That is amazing.
It was against Richmond both times,
wasn't it? The other one on your point, Spud, you spoke about the way the ball was kicked in. You need a couple of players to come off the back of the square. So Neal can't run through any kick that goes.
Corral.
Anything. That's the worst case scenario.
But Del, not only that, all they need.
There was 3 there. You just got to have players forward.
You've got to dive on that. Whatever, you've got to have so many numbers around that ball at the defensive side of the hit out. Surely you just kill that ball.
No, you also got to have players on the wings that just rush in.
Smash in, mate.
I've got to say, Sandland's tap was outstanding too, by the way.
I've always said about Ruckman.
But he got it to Neal.
In that situation.
The only one player could get it out to that space, and that was Sandland's, because most Ruckman would want it down. And gee, what a magnificent game of footy we had here today. How
did that happen, honestly? The match review for Inside Football, we rate every player, every game, every week. See them online at sen.com.au. 942 911 16. Feel free to join in. We're going to get through all the various bits and pieces of course before we hand it on to the game to follow us. They're underway over in China for McGregor Portables. What's the score check there, lads?
21-7 in favour of Port.
North Melbourne, Sydney after us.
Does that caddy goal that was disallowed on the three-quarter time siren have any bearing?
It might have a little one. I'll tell you who's breathing a sigh of relief is Crozier.
Oh, yeah.
They had that ball marked on centre wing. Freo finally got their hands on the ball. They had possession of it. Crozier gives a free kick 100 metres away from it.
Yeah, that was bad.
And you can argue all you like. You do not go in that sort of space.
So, Spud, you're going to do the post. The Fremantle players are enjoying the spoils right now with their fans. Put yourself in Damien Hardwick's shoes. You're going to be proud of the fact that you got a lift out of them in the last quarter.
Yeah, he's filthy.
But what do you say about what happened in the 3 quarters before that?
No, exactly right, Andy. He looks at that last quarter, that 18 side 50s to 4. The last kick of the game won it from. They just dominated the last quarter. The tackling alone, Richmond had 20 in the last quarter. They had 9.
It's unbelievable.
I think they had something like 32 for the first 3 quarters. Yeah. So it's work rate. The game was up for grabs. We knew it was going to lift when there's 4 points up, but yeah, I think he'd be seething, Andy. Absolutely seething. The clearances as well, 15-5. But Freo won the one that mattered. That centre clearance. Sandland's down to Neal. You just called it Dell. A couple of Richmond players off the back of the square. 4 Richmond players forward to the centre. You don't need to kick a goal, guys. Everyone just get back and flood. Mundy's got a spot to lead into. Nothing Grimes could do with it. The kick was too good, and gee, thank you, Mother, for the Rabbits. Richmond would have thought we've just got out of jail.
Yeah, spot on.
And then, but you know what? Fremantle deserved the win in the end. When you have a look at the whole game, they deserved to win.
Yeah, I think Damien Hardwick should absolutely tear paint off the walls.
No doubt.
That is just for where they want to be, and I'm only judging them on where they're currently at and what they want to do this year. Well, that first 3 quarters, they kicked 5 goals 5 for 3 quarters, then kicked 5 goals 5 in the last quarter alone. And if there's not a direct correlation between contested ball, tackles and clearances, I'll go he, because that was the difference for them.
Well, Richmond now would have been equal top. They're just in the 8. So that last 30 seconds, they could be equal top.
Yep.
And they're level with points with a couple of sides on outside them. Fremantle will go level points with them, 5 and 3. A little bit less percentage, but I think they're 8th on the ladder now, the Tigers.
Let's get down into the Fremantle rooms. They must be elated, Brett Thomas.
Yeah, they look stuffed at the moment. Tell you what, we're at the bottom of the lift, and there's Ross Lyon deep underneath the MCG, watching the Mundy kick. No emotion when it went through. Obviously a little bit upset that they'd almost or pretty much lost the game when Ellis put them in front. They're just forming the circle at the moment. And their 5th win of the season, as you said, Spud, just inside the 8. They're going to enjoy this one tonight.
So they both end this round on 5-3 apiece, win-loss ratio. And this crazy season continues to get stranger by the game almost.
Well, Richmond and Geelong now, 5-0. They've now both lost their last 3.
Oh, 100%.
And Richmond now got GWS up there.
Look, we'll get a break out of the way. The match review for Inside Football, rate every player, every game, every week. See them online at sen.com.au. We got to get down to the Fremantle rooms. We'll wrap up with all our votes and awards, and we'll try and squeeze in a call or two, 94291116. If you've been watching this somewhere else, you're in the car on the way home, and you need to vent. If you're a Richmond supporter or celebrate as a Docker, feel free to get on the line, 94291116. In the end, it's turned out to be an unforgettable one. Fremantle 10-12-72 have beaten Richmond 10-10-70.